Happy belated birthday, you old hoe. How you feeling, crunchy? I loved your shirt so much. I feel it. I feel it on a religious level. It's totally cool. We're getting there. We're gonna survive. It's fine. We're like, man, we're fine. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. How the fuck are all of you? Sarah, if you don't mind. Happy birthday, happy birthday. That was your day to have a lot of fun. We were waiting for the celebrating. That was your day. So happy birthday to you. Ooh. Oh, she's rough today. I drink a lot of water, trust me, and honey. I didn't drink honey, but you know what I'm talking about. I like put honey in my coffee because my throat has been. But so is Zach's though. I think it's the weather. It's got to just be this fucking dry winter shit because both of us like have been every day, just like a horse frog dying. So I'm thinking that's got to be it. I just don't know. It's got. I fucking love you. I wish I could sing better. I used to be able to. My voice has just been shot. I don't know. First thing, Nick, thank you for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings for so fucking long. Oh, please squish that cat. Are you still working?
Squish that cat.
Yay! Squish the cat, motherfucker. I appreciate you. And Kendo, thank you for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings
for 2 years. What? I'm uncomfortable. What? Time.
Time is baffling, man. I appreciate you. I literally slept hard through my alarm this morning. I slept so long that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk the dogs and shit before stream. So then I don't have to like sit and stare at the window and be like, oh my god, daylight's going away, panic. We can just chill. It's the best case scenario. And I cleaned my bong. I have no clue. That I think is just, I don't think that ever comes off, does it? I have literally taken a Q-tip to this. That's like burnt glass. I mean, you could soak your bong in acid, and I don't think that burn mark would go away. But that's a spotless bong. I'm quite excited. Bissy, my love, good morning, day time. Fruit fly, how are you? I hope you're doing well, honeybean. Do you know what happens when the head of the Catholic Church dies? Another one popes up. Jesus Christ. It is. It's basically a bubbler. Where did I put it? They're from Hemper. You can get a bigger version. I had the bigger version. Unfortunately, it broke because bongs break. I love these little bubblers, though. They're so perfect for just, like, your little, like, daily use bong. You know what I'm saying?
Shitter was full.
I feel like my eyelashes are sticking together. Stop. Lost my voice. My abs hurt so bad. Boo. Is it from, like, your coughing and shit? Yeah, Nick, actually, someone bought me an egg bong like 3 months ago, but bought it through Throne, and I've been trying to get the money off Throne to buy it. It's a complicated process. It's not even, it shouldn't be that complicated, but it is for some reason. But yes, I am going to get a fucking egg bong. Man, are my alerts muted? Did I not hear that one? Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings. New phone, who dis? I don't know. Who's Dis? Oh, Dis is an amazing cosplay streamer. You should check her out. I gotta there's glitter in my weed. What the fuck? I haven't used glitter. What the fuck? I got a grind weed. What the? Where's my weed? Oh my god, it's right there. We're fine. It's fine. My desk, I clean the fuck out of my desk, and for some reason I lose things a lot more efficiently when it's clean. Like when there's nothing on my desk. I don't know what this is. Like it's clean. I should be able to. Nope. Nope. No coughing. Why do your abs hurt? Boo. Kendo, thank you for those biddies, you generous fuck. I appreciate you. Good morning, Orcus. How are you, love? Getting ready for an 80s theme party? Oh, dude, do it real. Man, I remember going to my first, like, when I was in college, it was like the thing to have 80s night at bars, like every Thursday or something. A lot of the bars in town had 80s night, but they did the fake 80s. Like, they all look like Cyndi Lauper, which isn't fake 80s for Cyndi Lauper, but like, we didn't all look like fucking Cyndi Lauper. Know what I'm saying? She's a goddess. Dude, Wand of Orcus, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the class alive and giving any swings for 13 fucking months with that Prime sub. Do not forget to use your Prime subs. If you were unaware, if you have an Amazon Prime account, which who the fuck doesn't, you have a free sub you could be giving to a streamer once a month, every month, until you don't have an Amazon account. Amazing. And every time you don't use it, you're firmly shoving a $5 bill up Jeff Bezos' asshole. He does nothing for society. Stop it. You don't have to use it here. Use it somewhere. Find someone who needs a smile. I appreciate you. Thank you. I want to get my undercut evened out, and she diffused my curls. I'll send a pic. Dude, I wish I had a diffuser. I almost took a picture this morning because the way that I have to dry my hair when it's curly like this is actually comical because I do not have a diffuser. It's, yeah, I essentially put on my space heater, and I flip my head upside down and tussle my hair in front of a space heater for like 30 minutes. It's comical. I mean, what do you do? But you can't, I mean, there's no other way to dry it. It's too, like, tight. Another one to place is Mando, Loki, and You lived in God-fearing middle of nowhere. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Dude, I know I say this a lot, but I listen to true crime stories like all the time, and there's so many true crime stories where it starts out with kids that were me as a kid, and it freaks me out. Like, I was so close to being a true crime story, man. I don't even know. Like, just the kids that had nowhere to go that walked around all night long on the streets that everybody's like, oh my God, watch out for those kids. They're dangerous. But really, they just had shitty home lives and had nowhere to go. It's crazy. I mean, it's just every time I listen to one, I'm like, oh, Mandrakin, what the fuck? Thank you for gifting 5 subs in the chat, you generous fuck. Jesus Christ. Frianka, Zelmo V's, Stevo FC, Shelly BK, and Miss Acidburn, your all butt was just the highest order. Please go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you! And Cocky, thank you for the biddies. What the fuck? You guys made a hype train happen. We've been live for like 5 minutes. What? Thank you. My friend got married this week and had a 70s themed. Oh, that'd be sick. June was born in the 90s. The only people alive in the 70s were the parents, me, and my girlfriend. I felt so old. I mean, that's kind of fun, though. I've been in and I've gone, I mean, we all go through that period in our life where, like, every single one of our friends get married. Like, the marriers get married. Like, mid-20s-ish. And I was in, like, so many fucking weddings and had to go to so many weddings. And they were all the exact same cookie cutter. Like, oh, we rented a hall for $5 billion and here's some shitty food. Like, a themed wedding seems so cool. Like, make it fun. I don't know. To each their own. Like, I was definitely the era of, like, say yes to the dress. So it was that age of, like, girls thought that's what you were supposed to do. Like, that very color theme wedding shit where you dance down the aisle with your husband to I've Got a Feeling, ooh, ooh, which is the worst song in the world. Yeah, that was my era. Wonder why I didn't get married. Cheers, I just loaded a bowl. Thank you for the hype train, you generous fucks. I appreciate you. Cheers, lovers. Flatulence, fireballs, and assmancery. Assmancery is what we came up with long ago. Vissy, you really don't. It's honestly like I don't know, being in weddings wasn't bad, but you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you when you're in a wedding. Like I've been a bridesmaid so many times, but you feel like you've got this weird pressure on you and you're not really involved in this at all. Like suddenly I feel like I'm really involved in this person's relationship when I've never been before, and you just like all the stress and bridezilla-ness gets put on you a little bit. It's a lot. Like, it's fun. It can be fun. Like, one of the first weddings I was ever in, unfortunately, was my sister-in-law's who just passed away. And it was a blast. Like, that wedding was hilariously fun. But most of them, it was, and I guarantee it was just like my age group, whatever the fuck was wrong. We were like the say yes to the dress. That's all I can come up with. because it was like every bride was a bridezilla. Everything had to be perfect. Everything had to be the exact way they wanted it. And if you didn't like perceive what they wanted before they knew it, I mean, friendships end over being in weddings with people. Like I don't know. Some people just take it way too seriously, in my personal opinion. Like, I don't know. I've never been, I mean, you guys know this. I've never been the type, even as a kid, I wasn't like, I'm going to get married one day and dream about dresses and shit. The idea of, I mean, throwing a $30,000 party, which was the average of my friends throwing these fucking weddings, which is fucking nauseating to me. Throwing a $30,000 party for people to like judge the shitty food, for you and your partner to love each other. I don't know. Like, Cocky, the way that you and Crispy did it, that's kind of my jam. Like, it was between the two people who love each other, you know? Like, I don't know. It's a cool thing to celebrate love with other people, but the way that at least all of my cohorts back in college treated it, it was like I fuck you not. One of my closest friends when I was in college, she straight up said to me out loud one time, "People are saying my wedding's gonna be like the event of the year, and I don't know what to do." And I was like, this is the most neurotic thing you've ever said out loud. Are you fucking with yourself right now?" I didn't even know what to say. And that wasn't her personality by any means. It was just like this event changed who she was. It was really weird. I got attacked by a Karen. Oh God. I got attacked by a Karen today on my walk because I was wearing my Doom 3 sweatshirt that had a Satan logo. I told her it's from a game, and she went on for 5 minutes. I would have walked away, dude. I would have walked away so fast. You're way nicer than me, Nick. I don't know. That's insane. My wife walked down the aisle to an instrumental of the Jurassic Park theme song. I'm having flashbacks from yesterday. That's the perfect way to walk down the aisle. I'm not exaggerating when I say at least 10 weddings that I was in, the bride and groom chose to walk away from the place where they say I do to I've Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas. That is the worst song that's ever existed in the world. And I will stand by that until my dying day. I know. Like, the way I avoid that song is similar to the fucking Mariah Carey song. No. And I'm going to tell you, 7 of those couples are divorced. Not that that song had anything to do with it. But no. Oh my God, Sinimo is calling me. Let's keep up. I have a chore. I have a weed chore, which is the silliest thing to say in the world. But yesterday I revealed my keef catch, which is disgustingly packed. Like, it's a solid brick. But my keef holder is also pretty full, so I promised to start smoking it. But I gotta go slow, so thank you for reminding me first thing in the morning, because it really does. I mean, it's so fucking potent. I will get rocked out of my mind, and I'll just not be functional on stream, and I don't want to be that way. So you gotta go a little bit every bowl. Little bit. Where's my little spoon? Where's my crack spoon? I have a little crack spoon. I'm keefing if anybody would like to join me. I guess it's Stony Saturday. When I was in college, my roommates... Oh, wait. Oh, shit, Glad. I almost... Hold on. Let's see if those... I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to pull it. I'm not even going to say it. When I was in college, my roommate's wedding, I had a fever of 101. Holy shit. I told her unless I was literally falling over, I would be up there. Turns out I had strep. That sucks. I almost cried too, and it was 2.5 minutes long. I would have cried. I would have bawled my... I mean, that's horrible. I was the same. I've never, like, that, I don't... The whole, like, the spectacle of it makes me anxious. It's weird. It's like, the idea... Like, I was in theater my whole life. I do this for a living on a camera. Like, but I have this weird, like, stage fright. I have intense stage fright, but only if I'm myself. I don't know how to, like, if I have a costume on and I'm being someone else, no stage fright, no anxiety, flying. But if I have to be myself, I'm just petrified. Like, I can't stand it. And that feels like what weddings are. It's just kind of like, come look at me, and I don't want that. But I've been to some fucking awesome weddings. I'd say half the weddings that I was in/invited to were amazing. Like, one of the best weddings I ever went to was at a tree farm. And the tree farm was designed for this, obviously. Like, that had beautiful, like, it was basically a barn, but it was all finished on the inside, but, like, really rustic, just wood everywhere, and they, uh like, they had the really short, sweet ceremony, and then it was baseball themed, not really themed like baseball, but the food was baseball themed. So there was no champagne, everybody had steins of beer that we cheers with, and it was, like, hot dogs and hamburgers, like, a huge spread of, like, all the toppings you could possibly imagine in hot dogs and hamburgers, and then everybody just got high and ran through the tree farm all night in dresses. Like, imagine, like, prom dress styles bolting through a tree farm in the middle of the night, stoned out of your mind. It was hilariously fun. That was one of the most fun, but it was because there wasn't like the in this is just my opinion. Weddings to each their own. I'm not a huge fan. They're just it's a lot of people. But like the worst weddings, in my opinion, the ones where I really want to leave are the ones where it's like every moment is scheduled. Like, it's like there's the ceremony and then like you have to stand around and wait for cocktail hour. And then you have to stand around and wait for the waiters to put out tables. And then you have to sit and wait for your food to be delivered because it was, like instead of having like a buffet, like the serving, I don't know, the fucking whatever you call that, the individual meal shit. Like that is the type of stuff where you end up sitting around waiting to leave versus like ceremony and then fuck it, do whatever you want. Best. People stayed until like 3 in the morning. Everybody did. It was so much fun. I am, but you know what it is, David? I've thought about that. It's because I can't see you, which is stupid. I mean, it's not stupid, but it's a weird way my brain works. I can't see your face, therefore I can't start projecting judgments on you that you might possibly be making of me. It's fucking she a nut. Viata's gonna join us with Keith when she gets back. Keith, let us fuck. That's honestly the best, in my opinion. Like, it's just so much more relaxed. It actually feels fun versus feeling like you're at some weird event that you're like being told where to move and shuffled around. Imagine walking down the aisle to the theme from Raiders of the Lost Ark. That'd be epic as fuck. They're exhausting, Pawn. I mean, I'm one of those people that I don't know, there's like extroverted introvert or whatever that term is. Like I am an extrovert. I like to be around people. I don't hate people, but I need to be able to part away from those people. Like I need to go recover in quiet and like recharge my battery. And I mean, even if you're not in the wedding or like having to participate in anything specifically, it's just I think for me at least, it's fucking exhausting just being around other people. Just in the presence of other Zach is screaming so much. Just being in the presence of other people, like, drains me. And I've read about it in various books about, like, ADHD and whatever, and theories are that, like, some people with certain neurodivergencies, when they're around other people, they can't help but be in this heightened sense of, like, prey, almost. Because if they're not, the chances are that someone could surprise them with a behavior that they didn't predict. But you can't control that. Like, you're just at that level when you're around other people. And you can't stay there consistently 24/7. You'll just fucking exhaust yourself. I love this song so much. I mean, Cocky, are you looking at the surroundings of the wedding, in my opinion, are for the viewers. And if there's no viewers, you're looking at Crispy's hot face. So, like, that's your view. Who the fuck cares what's behind him? If you're more worried about what's behind the person you're married to, you should assess that. IMO. IMO. We got married on a heart-shaped island in a little pond behind a little farm. I love that. My first marriage was a Vegas bachelor party that took a drug-fueled turn. Oh, God. Thank God I sobered up before consummating the marriage, qualified for an annulment. Oh, shit. Whoa. Worst fears realized right there. I was an usher at my cousin's wedding. I've never had so much fun. Being an usher would be fun. That would be fun. Being a bridesmaid is I assume being like a groomsman, because groomsmen usually end up ushers as well, it tends to be a little bit more fun. Bridesmaids, you just end up kind of standing around and holding a lot of dresses while other people pee. Like, you're kind of there to just make sure that dress doesn't get pissed on all night long. That's pretty much it. Or give speech. I told you guys about the last wedding I was in where I I knocked back, for lack of a better word, literally one drank, three glasses of wine, rapid fire, and then went on stage and had to give like the maid of honor speech. I said fuck out loud in front of a lot of strangers. It was not a good time. Also had to wear 6-inch stiletto heels. I still have them somewhere. Ugh. We're gonna have a big party at some point, so we're gonna have a party without everyone needing to wait during the ceremony. I'm gonna be honest. In my late 20s, I started skipping the ceremony. Am I a bad person? Like, I got so used to weddings, I knew exactly how long a ceremony would take at the beginning, and I knew exactly when to show up to not go to the ceremony. Cool. Glad I'm not honestly, the vast majority of ceremonies make my asshole cringe so hard. I feel like I'm watching people, like, slow fuck on a stage together. I don't wanna be part of this emotional like, I have a really hard time just being like, romantically, intimately emotional myself with my partner whom I suck on, let alone watching other people do it. Like, I just get really fucking uncomfortable. It is, it feels very voyeuristic and also performative, because there's 2 sides of it, right? There's, like, the 2 people who have obviously chose to do this, i.e., profess their undying love for each other in front of a whole bunch of people, and they're asking you to sit there and watch them while they stand on a stage with some old fuck who's gonna say it's right or something. It's a weird, right? I don't know if it's a big thing anymore. I mean, I don't know if people are having giant weddings anymore, to be honest. People seem to be getting a lot more cash about it. My parents got married, my mom and stepdad got married when I was, like, 13 in our backyard, and we had a barbecue, and it was a fucking blast. We jumped on the trampoline in our big floofy dresses. It was so much fun. Another one bites the dust. That's amazing. That's what they used to teach us to do compressions to. Saronlin, I'm not kidding you. Kills just said his wife walked down the aisle to the theme of Jurassic Park, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm here for that. Just don't do it while doing, because that's probably not it. Serpentious, because I'm going to have sex with everyone! Would you like to have Doesn't he say, would you like to have a sex with me or the sex? What is it? He says it in a hilarious way. How does he say it? He's like, would you like to have the sex with me? Because I'm going to have sex with everyone! Would you like to make a sex with me? Is that what he says? His way of speaking is just fucking hilarious. Don't worry, Viata. I keefed and I hit half the bowl and I'm seeing cross-eyed, so we're there together. The only wedding I was in, I got my boob cut. Oh. With scissors that some woman showed her vagina to most of the wedding. Jesus Christ. I've been in so many weddings, nothing like that has happened. Best thing I've ever seen is like drunk aunts. The drunk aunts getting fighty. Like drunk little old ladies fighting with each other. Fucking hilarious. That's the only thing I've never, like, what? Holy shit. I mean, you may have been in one wedding, but you got the ultimate experience. Honestly, I might have been people's experience. I wonder if people tell the story about the drunk maid of honor who said fuck on stage and tore her heels off and threw them in the audience. I just thought about that. Maybe I don't have any stories because I might be it.
Did he just say making fuck?
Would you like to make a fuck berserker? Is it making a fuck? Did he just say making a fuck? My friend's dad was our officiant. I love that. I love that, dude. Oh my god. The only wedding I've ever been in, as opposed to just attending, was when I was like in 8th grade. Jesus, my 5th grade teacher was getting married and she wanted her favorite students to be a choir. Oh my god, that's fucking cute though. Yeah, that's stupid adorable. I mean, if you're gonna have like your students' choir come sing your wedding, I'm much more likely to show up. That is super cute. My ceremony was very short and had all sorts of Star Wars references. It was not religious at all. Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of super religious ceremonies anymore. Most people do like sand pouring or like they do these really cool like rope ties with their hands and stuff. I really like the unique ways people are coming up with doing their ceremonies these days, as opposed to like the in sickness and in health, blah, blah, blah. That should be without saying, right? Like, oh, fuck, bitch, you got the flu? Peace. I mean, when I remember I was still in college because I was doing, like multiple degrees, not on purpose. But I remember friends of mine who were my age, like 24, 25, shelling out 30 to 50 grand for a wedding. It was insane. I mean, what would that equivate to now? I mean, I don't want to talk about it. Like 11 years ago, 10 years ago. But yeah, it was disgusting. And it was like I mean, this is just from my personal viewpoint, but it was like the more they spent, the lamer the wedding tended to feel. Like the most the most expensive wedding I ever went to was a couple friends of mine whose their parents actually shelled out all the money. They were loaded. And they rented like a yacht club or whatever down on the water up in Bellingham where we went to college. And they like catered it, and shit, and had the cake. The cake was like a dry loaf of bread covered in fondant. You know the shit, the shitty American fondant, the Play-Doh. The food was pathetic. I mean, even the bride and the groom were disgusting. Like they were bitching about it all night long. It was so sad. And it was like around 50 something $1,000. And that wasn't including the dress and the everything else people do at wedding. I don't know. All the other shit, I don't know, dress is what comes to my mind because again, say yes to the dress, my era. Like that's all I know about. Is watching little girls be like, "Daddy, it's only 13,000." Donna, how are you, my love? I hope you're feeling better. Did you sleep? I slept so fucking hard last night. It took like 2 hours for a pillow mark to go away from my face, and I took a shower. I must have died last night. What up, Vex? How are you, love? Good morning. What? Nope, it's afternoon. My love for you is ticking clock. Yes! My love for you is ticking clock berserker! Would you like some making fuck? Did he just say making fuck? What? Oh my god, Vissy, stop it. That made my... Stop. The one I was in, very religious, wedding. The bride called me, quote, her before Jesus friend? Cocky, are you Slayer? I just got Discord up. Where's your hair? I want to see it. Is it in selfies? I'm scrolling. You're her BJ friend. Shut the fuck up. You are her. I don't know what to do right now. I've never had the pleasure of being a BJ. Oh my god, your nails are... Dude. I don't know what color that is, but like, I'm gonna make a shitty pun here. You nailed it.
Squish that cat.
Hell! The hair as well, but no shit. That nail color is like off the charts. A visceral memory of my mother's fingernails. Like, that is wild. Oh my god, my sister and BIL eloped in Key West 14 years ago. My bro and I did a quick pop-up wedding in Universal Studios. We rode all the rides all weekend. They're the best. That's what we've been basically talking about is like, I've been in, I mean, not in a while, but in a shit ton of weddings. Like that era of like your mid-20s, it's like the ones that have dreamed of getting married, they feel like they have to. And all my friends got married. It was crazy. It was like a bum rush. Like every summer and spring, I'd start getting real nervous because I was like, fuck, the calls are coming. Of like, oh my god, it's happening. Oh, will you be my... And do this and 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 this perfectly without me telling you how to do it. It was stress. And like, I don't mind helping. I feel like I'm like a pro at it at this point. But it's fucking like, the amount of money is just crazy. I mean, it's like student loan equivalent that people shell out on like one night. 1 night is wild. Hey, 7 hours is better than nothing. I mean, honestly, I think I only slept like 6 hours last night, but it was like solid hard died against my pillow sleep. I learned that working at a sleep clinic, I learned that you can never make up sleep. There's no such thing. Like, you lose it, you lose it. And, like, there's some statistic about every time we lose a night of sleep, it takes actual hours off of our life. Oh God, I was reading it because it had to do with night shifters. That's why. They sent us, of course, they send all the night shifters this report about how we're all going to die earlier, but they won't let us go on day shift. The irony of it all is great. I enter on BJ friend. Yep, no shit. So Vissy just informed us that the one wedding she's been in, that she was invited to be in, her friend was extremely religious. So the ceremony was really religious. And I shit you not, her friend referred to her out loud as her before Jesus friend. To which Vex says, "Oh, you were her BJ friend." And I don't think I'll ever get over that because that's great. Next time you talk to her, if ever, you have to inform her that you're still her BJ friend. For my cousin's wedding, me and my mom made a big vat of baked beans. Fuck, I love beans. My dad and uncle grilled up hot dogs, hamburgers. My cousin smoked ribs. Yep. That's the best weddings I've ever been to have been that. Like the backyard barbecue. Any wedding that was like a family wedding on my mom's side, that's what it was. It was usually like, sometimes they'd rent out, some sort of like area by a pond that they'd put up a bunch of tents. But my mom's side of the family is like a butcher business. All the brothers, it's like their last name and son, they run a butchering business. So it would just be like, you know, um, heart attack grill worthy levels of cooked meat just on this ridiculous spread. I mean, if you've ever seen that scene in The Little Princess where they wake up and there's all the sausages and shit everywhere, super similar. Wild. Men in my family don't live very long. Wild. Wild. I had another friend get married last year. Huge Catholic ceremony, reception at a 2 Michelin star restaurant that they rented out to make it private, followed by the dance at a local nightclub. 2 Michelin star? Also bought out, oh my God, at a local nightclub, also bought out to be private. What the fuck? $500,000. That gave me hold on, I'm having a heart palpitation. And they're currently in couples counseling trying to find a way to avoid divorce. I mean, you could get a pretty nice house for that. What? I'm in physical pain. Uh, uh, Dude, right? A nice house, a car, maybe pay off some student loans. Like, wow. Big fucking yeah. I'm having a serious like heart palpitation. I can't fathom even conceptualizing having that amount of money at my disposal, let alone shelling it out on a one night party, regardless of the theme, whether it's a wedding or a birthday or whatever. Wow. He's a big. So he probably is kind of used to the lifestyle of disposable cash then. People still talk about the food from my wedding. That was 17 years ago. That's a really good sign. I was saying that earlier, Donna, like, of all the weddings I was in when I was younger and all my, like, young girlfriends were all getting married and shit, the ones where, they, like, rent out a hall that does everything. So, like, the most expensive wedding I went to was a yacht club. I keep wanting to say yacht house. Yacht club that they rented out. And the yacht club catered and provided the cake and everything. And it was, according to the bride and groom, they said it very vocally, it was the worst food ever. It was like cold, dry noodles and sad, like ragu poured in a bowl. And the cake, I fuck you not, it was like a loaf of bread covered in fondant. Fondant, whatever the fuck you call it. The Play-Doh, the American shit that tastes like crap. Oh, it was so bad. And it was like over $50,000, not including anything else. Like that was just the venue. And it was just, I mean, it's fucking insane. That's insane. 500. I'm shaking. That made my legs shake. That really made me nervous. That's so much money. Oh. Dude, Revoltcon, right? I mean, like, I don't know if this shit, like, who knows how legitimate it is, but, you know, I think some major institution did a study few years back, meaning I have no idea, in the last 15 years, I read this, that, like, the success, meaning, like, the length of the marriage is inverse to the cost of the wedding and the ring. Almost exactly parallel, like, so, like, the more expensive the ring, the more expensive the wedding, the shorter the marriage tends to be. I don't know if that's just I don't know if that's causational, correlational, whatever, but the study was interesting to read about. I think most of us come from some sort of a broken home. That's pretty fucking common these days. My parents were literally getting a divorce before my dad died. My uncle has a creek in his backyard, and cousin's wedding reception was outside in 105-degree weather. That's really hot.
Shitter was full.
Outer caterer, outer Katie, our caterer was named the Big Black Grill. Yum. I'm already enticed. They bring one of those giant grills. Yep, I was gonna ask. Is it the barbecue they pull behind a truck that they hook to a truck and trailer? Katie, just read. They can cook an entire pig in the grill. I've seen these. They're incredible. I had so many compliments on our food. The caterer got tons of referrals and business from guests at my wedding. We called to have them cater a family reunion later. They were booked solid. No shit. But sent us multiple giant pans of pulled meat. Dude, fuck yeah. It was just tossed in the oven for free because of all the business. Dude, I mean, honestly, the exposure that a wedding can get a smaller business like that, you probably made quite the difference in their life. Like, that's pretty special, right? That's pretty fucking special. It seems like some people think the more they spend on their wedding, the more real and legitimate it will be. Like, who are you proving it to, right? I've never thought about the cost of a wedding, but people tend to want to tell you. Like, I know what every single wedding cost that I was ever a part of because they won't stop talking about it and bitching about it. And, like, I try to be a cordial bridesmaid, so I'm just like, yeah, that sucks. But in my heart, I'm like, did someone tell you you have to do this? Because you know you don't, right? Like in Colorado, you can literally just go into the mountains with your partner, say, we're married now, and it's legit. You don't even need a fucking witness. I don't. Vile, thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive and giving any swings, you sexy beast. How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Oh, dude, ghetto, good luck. There's nothing like a New York wedding, though. I mean, no shit. I've been to a wedding at the Chrysler Building, and this fucking yacht club wedding was more expensive. What is so unique about a yacht club? I do fucking love me the Chrysler Building. It's not got the fluffiest history, but I just thought Art Deco is just drool worthy. I don't know. I like cool architecture, and New York's got some fucking buildings that make me want to hump things. Like, you know, have you ever seen that woman who married the Eiffel Tower and then a piece of fence? I kind of get it. It's whatever. Vissy says, my ring was 1,200, my dress was 25 to 30, and we'll be together for, I mean, you've already been together for a basic lifetime, so yeah. And that's honestly the way it should be, and I'm just going to brag for you, no conflict diamond. I'm baffled when people my age, if they're still buying diamonds, I'm like, really? Once again, you know you don't have to, right? It's the same, like, I get weirded out when people look down on, like lab-grown emeralds, lab-grown sapphires and shit. It's lab-grown, therefore it's not, you know, they need it dug out of the dirt by someone who's dying of starvation somewhere. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's happening? You don't have to be a philanthropist to just have general, you know, tradition. Tradition putting people, I mean, 30,000 in the hole for a rock on your hand. Have you, I mean, I'm asking really, have any of you ever looked at someone, seen a huge rock on their hand, and immediately your first instinct was, wow, that love's strong? Ever? Because I don't know. Hasn't been my I mean, it doesn't, I don't look at that and think like, wow, the love is bigger because of the rock. What? But maybe I just didn't, I fucking same. Art Deco and like Art Nouveau. I love it so much. It's so pretty. I don't know what it is. It just fucking gets me. I just don't like weddings. I'm in a way glad I was talked out of one and paid off to not have one. A very small amount, mind you, but I'm also a little bit bitter about it too. Dude, no shit. When I was a kid, my stepdad told me that when I was like in high school, he goes, if you ever want to get married, kid, I'll give you 10 grand not to. So someday, if I need 10 grand, I'm just going to get Zach to go get some cheap fake ring and be like, look, mom, we did it. Is it this hand? Look, mom. I don't know what hand that goes on. I know. I'm all for that. Cause like, I guess probably moving around a lot. And my dad built a lot of the houses we lived in. I grew up with that sense of like what it costs to live, like what a house costs. And like then watching all my friends shell that amount of money out on like a night of a party. I was like, dude, I'd rather the down payment on a house. Houses are so much harder to attain. Most places you can just file the paperwork. Exactly. Yeah. The lab, and they look down on them though. I shit you not. I say the same thing. I mean, you don't even need to get a lab grown diamond. Like what I want to say, what is yours, Vissy? What's the rock? Is it cubic zirconia? There's a rock that is to the naked eye indistinguishable from a diamond. It's just as hardy, it's just as rainbow sparkly, and it's not, I mean, I think they're lab grown, and if not, they're just like, you know, not a like all diamonds are conflict diamonds and or false scarcity, you guys know. I'm gonna assume you guys aren't living under rocks, no pun intended, and you're fully aware of the scam that is diamonds, because Jesus Christ. I mean jewelry in general, but seriously, diamonds, like, not just the conflict part of it, but like the false scarcity and all that is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I grew up poor, so I guess maybe that's a part of it. I've just never even jumped to that mental state of like, wow, all this money to spend, where to put it? A big rock, I guess. Moissanite. The best wedding I went to was one in Sydney, Australia. Fuck yes. It was super chill, native barbecue with a haka. Ooh. What is a haka? Tell me. And everything. Everyone including, is that like a pig roast or something? I feel like I know what that is. Everyone, including grandparents, were helping with the food or singing. Oh, I heard it cost less than 1K. Dude, fuck yes. Honestly, some of the best ones I've ever gone to were like backyard barbecues and stuff. Just chill, and usually the couple's already been together for like 50 years. I had a lawyer friend tell me a marriage certificate is a contract no man in this day and age should ever sign. It's like I've thought about it before because I don't feel the right to shame on anyone, but not but. I would absolutely sign that government paperwork if it came down to like I had kids with a person and we were together and wanted to stay together. And because hospital, it like just coming from the point of view of working in a hospital, having the rights to be able to go into your child's room and be one with your child is super messy when you're not married. Like, it's horrible telling a father they're not allowed to go in the child's room. I've never felt worse. That feels bad. And there's nothing wrong. There's no abuse. The couple is literally in love and still together, but not married. And the mom's not there to say okay. And there's no paperwork saying it. That is fuck shit. Also, if my partner was like super fucking sick and I was scared that their family was crazy and might keep them alive forever as a vegetable, I would absolutely sign some paperwork so I could say, please let them go. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. And again, super medical background backing though. Like that's coming from like the biased background of where I worked and just seeing what I saw over and over and over. Like I can't fathom. That shit is terrifying. And unfortunately, that government paperwork can absolutely get rid of a lot of problems when it comes to that stuff. Travel diamonds, aka cubic zirconia. Is that what they are? My engagement ring is one big diamond in the middle, a very dark, ooh, I love sapphires. Very dark blue sapphire on either side, and 3 diamond chips on either side of that was maybe 1K. Dude, how? I don't know if my diamonds are natural or lab made because, Donna, you're a quality human and you don't care. It's probably really pretty, right? If it's sparkly, who the fuck cares? Right? At the end of the day, honestly. Like, the only appealing thing I've ever found with diamonds is probably because I grew up with someone, a whole family of construction workers, but, like, diamond tip drills are pretty dank. They're hardy as fuck. Like, diamonds are truly very hard, but Maori, is it Maori? Indigenous New Zealander. Okay, so I got to go to a birthday party when I was in high school, middle school, high school. One of my good friends I shouldn't say was, we're just not friends anymore. This was way back when, but she's Tongan, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Tonga is one of the South Islands. What do we call them? South Pacific Islands? Is that what they are? The South Pacific Islands? One of the South Pacific Islands where a lot of it's cultural crossover. There's a lot that's similar. But when you turn 16, it was like a very big deal, and they would have this huge party. And by that, I mean, I lived in the bumfuck middle of God-fearing nowhere. Like, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. And family from all over the world came. I mean, I have never seen more shirtless, beautiful South Pacific Islander men in my life. My 16-year-old hormones, I mean, my dudes, I had to wear a diaper. I didn't, but I needed to. It was insane. Her cousins, I'm getting a little weird thinking about it. It was off the charts. But, I mean, seriously, hundreds of people from all over the world came to their house in bumfuck middle of nowhere for this big party. But they did that they literally had a live pig, to which Katie was like, oh my god, animals! And then all these beautiful, hot Tongan men strung it up and slit its throat. And I was like, conflict, inner conflict, oh my god. Huh! Just kidding. But really, they did, and it was terrible. But then they, did the whole, throw it in the fire, take it out, scrub the hair off. I mean, it was wild and butcher it. But then they stayed up for, all night long. I have no idea how long it actually takes to spit roast a pig, but it was that long. Just spinning it. All of these beautiful hot men. It was incredible. But she got to wear this really cool, I'm going to say grass skirt outfit because I'm super ignorant. I don't know what it was called, but it was made out of natural materials, and it was really unique looking in the whole thing. And we had to go to church the next morning because they were also super Catholic. I guess that's the thing. But she got to wear this outfit, and they did, a special ceremony. It was pretty fucking cool. And that pulled pork is the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. But damn, those beautiful, just thick boys. Life is beautiful, beautiful, brutal, and fucking delicious. I mean, there's no seasoning, nothing. If you've ever had that kind of pork where they just slow spit roast for over 20 hours or whatever, the fat and shit, I think, is what goes into the meat and makes it just disgustingly tender. And that's what flavors it. There was nothing on it, and it was out of this world. I still haven't forgot it. That was some time ago. We're not going to talk about it. The tax breaks as well, but I've learned, because I used to say that as well, that there's not a lot of tax breaks. A lot of people that have gotten married just in the past 5 years, a lot of friends of mine say there's a tax break the first year you get married, but after that you don't get any more tax breaks ever until you have kids or something, and that's not possible and not happening. I believe the haka can be, for many things, as an example, the All Blacks perform a haka before rugby games. Is that, I've seen it. It's the they kind of get down on their knees and slap. I don't want to be insulting, but I think I saw The Rock do it. My moissanite rock has more rainbow sparkle than my mom's diamond, and it's just prettier. And also, wasn't your mom's diamond $8,000 or something? I remember you telling me about this. Wasn't your mom's ring literally almost $10,000 or some crazy shit? Oh, did I miss him? Sorry. I don't see. I literally might have talked too long, and they're just. Am I not getting links in my chat? I'm not crazy, right? I see nothing. Are there actual links in chat because I'm not getting them? Oh, I was like, are you fucking with me right now? Is my bot hitting all the links? I was confused. It's fine. No. It's cool. I was just confused. it's a worry because I'm still trying to like the bot. I mean, we have a bot. It's definitely banned people for like I think certain phrases or like posting links and shit like that. But it's not, for instance, it won't post the alert. I've connected it and reconnected it multiple times. It won't post the alert when I run an ad, and it's not catching like OF, which isn't. I'm not. You guys know, in case you didn't, if you're new to my stream, very pro sex work. But unfortunately, Twitch and Amazon hate the nipple. So to protect people who maybe have an OnlyCans, we ban the word, so it just purges the sentence. It's nothing personal. Like very pro you doing your thing. Like make that bag. Just I don't want anyone getting in trouble. I have a lot of friends who just like have accidentally said OnlyCans and gotten a 24-hour ban. It's so stupid. Do they do the pig roast? Do they do the slow spit one? Low and slow. I mean, it was fucking phenomenal. Spit roast a pig depends if they're into wait, is that like a wobbly H or like a Eiffel Tower situation? Okay, from the Googles. What's the meaning behind we got two Googles. The haka, known as a war challenge. Oh, or a war cry. That's hot. That makes it hotter, right? In Maori, I really hope I'm saying that right, and please correct me if I'm not. Maori culture. The haka was traditionally performed by men. Great song. Traditionally performed by men before going to war. The aggressive facial expressions were meant to scare the opponents, while the cry itself was to lift their own morale and call on God for help to win. Dude, they've actually done studies, like in the last 20 years, that if you're lifting heavy weights, making a sound actually helps you lift heavier weights. You won't lift as good as if you force yourself to stay silent. Maybe there's something to that. I said it right? Yes. There was the little thing over it, so I wasn't sure if that made it pronounced different, like an umlaut or something, you know? I think I did the magic. I mean, I did everything that I need to do, like all the right routing and everything. I think so. We haven't tested it today. This is still Spotify. Spotify we've tested. Spotify's good. Oh God. My hubby chose my engagement ring all by himself. Oh, planned it out and surprised me when he popped the question. He did really well with the diamonds and sapphires. Everyone complimented the choice. But you ask how it was only 1K. That's because he bought it 20 years ago. I mean, wasn't that kind of the height of the diamond? Like, wasn't that like the beginning of the diamond, like, fake craze? I've never heard of it. I mean, my sister has a sapphire ring, and it was, I mean, like $3,500 or something like that, and it's just a sapphire. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely phenomenally stunning, but like sapphires, I think, are borderline almost more expensive than diamonds sometimes, aren't they? Sapphires and emeralds. You know, you probably know this if you like sapphires. My sister informed me of this way back in the day because she just loves sapphires. I think it's like Vera Wang or something like that. Every single diamond ring by Vera Wang has a tiny sapphire directly under the diamond, almost hidden in the band. Like it's basically hidden. Unless you know it's there, you wouldn't know it's there. Weird things I remember. And that's trouble. That was the crazy part. So there was like I mean, the pork was basically like the crackling, like the skin that was fucking just chips at that point, and the fat was like gone. And I think that slow cooking made it just render into the meat. It just melted. I'd never had pork like that before in my life. That was so good. You're lucky, Donna. Sapphires are really pretty. Same with cursing through pain helps reduce pain. It does. It really does. Reminds me of the Mythbusters episode where they tested if swearing helps lower pain. I think they proved it does. It does. Yeah, I don't know what if it like releases endorphins or adrenaline or what it does, but there's something to it. And I remember going to the gym when I was younger and, seeing the guys that are lifting, not just to stare at themselves, but like actually heavy lifting. And they'd always, and I was like, oh, you're so annoying. But it's legit. Like I was that bitch that's sitting there like, oh, you're grunting. Like I should have grunted. I probably did grunt. Let's be real. Sapphires depend. I'm trying to get this fucking Discord. Discord, if I, like, exit out of the window, it doesn't let me pull it open again, but it still thinks it's alive. And I have to, like, pull open Task fucking Manager and close it, and then reopen it. Why? So annoying. It'll work. It'll be fine. Sapphires depend on where they're from. Cashmere origin ones are the most expensive. Heat treated are the cheapies. Is heat treated like lab? Would that be like lab grown? I think they look identically gorgeous. Why do people look down on lab grown? Like, I feel like the same people that look down on lab grown also are like, we shouldn't dig up coal. It's bad for the environment, but check out my diamond. You know? I don't know why. Allie, how are you, my love? Same concept with martial arts. It's either a focus or you're releasing something when they strike. I mean, same, yeah. It's same with I learned I watched that show. I told you guys about it. Oh God, it was about sumo. I mean, it was like a dramatized fictional show, but it was very legit and super realistic to actual sumo. But I watched like behind the scenes with the characters, and they talked about how a lot of the chanting and shit and the phrases they say and the grunting are actually words, and it's power words to like put strength behind their moves. It was fascinating because it's actually kind of real. I haven't used Canary in a long time, and I think I need to go back to Canary. I used it forever, never had a problem, and I think like it was the last time I had to clean up my computer. I went back to regular Discord, like, ooh, maybe it's fine now, and just totally forgot. I think I need to go back to Canary. I'm gonna make a note. Where's my journal? I have my things to fix notebook. Because this is a thing that's been going on forever with Discord. It's like I have to keep the window open, otherwise task manager, end program, reopen, blah blah blah. Over, it does it every time, like consistently. It's weird. It's just the history of it. Kashmir only exists due to colonization. Heat treated as lab grown. Yes. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I used to have a real one. I have a lab created one now, but I also read that a lot of lab grown are grown in China at the cost of expensive coal emissions. See, that's not good either. I didn't know that. So I thought I was doing something better, but then I felt bad. Sometimes you can't win. It's honestly, I think a lot of life is choosing the better of two evils, right? There's almost never a good answer to most of the most difficult. I mean, I deal with that when it comes down to clothing. I'm as I think most, we're broke, right? Most of us are fucking broke. And like when you're, you know, budgeting, clothes aren't really not, if you got shit to cover your body, clothes are not at the top of your list. And it's like the cheap clothes are the fucking fast fashion. And I don't want to give into fast fashion at all. So I end up like saving for a year to buy a shirt from a not fast fashion place just so I can feel not shitty about myself. I need a pen. Got it. Canary, that's what I was writing down. Discord, Canary. Hold on, there was a video that Glut. And then Vex, did you say you had something? We can test if you guys want to try to test the waters gently. Canary. This is why I write things down. You see how fast I forget things? It takes seconds. Got him. Be safe, Glut. Eat something delicious. My second pair of glasses. I didn't even know these were on my head. At least I didn't have two on at a time today. We're growing. Oh my God. I was like, I thought MSG was the devil until I was like 30 years old. No shit. Absolutely. I was never taught like because of the Chinese or because of Chinese food. I was just taught that it was for some reason the worst thing you could ever consume in your entire life. And then I learned it was literally the way that they, villainized MSG was similar to what they did with cannabis and Mexicans way back in the day. They were like, let's take something to villainize an entire group of people because they look different. We don't like them. Yay, white people. Oh my god, I watched half of Oppenheimer. Well, I don't know if I made it through half of Oppenheimer last night. I definitely fell asleep, but like, whoa. That is, heavy. That's a heavy fucking movie. Big wow. Also, it very much felt like watching something like Ocean's 13 in terms of, like, every single new character introduced at every moment was already someone phenomenally famous. I was like, "Wow, I don't know anyone's name," and I was able to name everyone. Like, I said their names out loud. I was like, If I can do it, this is weird." Like, wow. Big wow. But I only made it through half. I made it to the bomb. The But damn. TikTok. Oh. TikTok's broke. Why? I'm gonna be honest. I hope TikTok fails. Not for the content's sake. I want that just to go somewhere else. There's some good creators on there. The platform is a fucking trash fire. Fucking trash fire. I hate you, TikTok. It's not letting me log in, so I have to sit for a minute. Fucking TikTok. I hate it so much. Vine was better. I mean, just in terms of the fucking platform, my god. Fix your shit, it's 2024! Sorry. It's just fucking like, ugh! MSG would give my bro headaches. Really? I wonder why. I wonder what's different about it. I don't think I've ever used it to cook. And apparently there were people who complained that Wait, stop it. Apparently there were people who complained that Oppenheimer didn't have a happy ending. What? And I mean this genuinely. The fuck? I mean, I am a product of small town American education. Still fucking knew what Oppenheimer was. What? I mean, I'm assuming they knew who Oppenheimer. I just have to assume. You know, you're familiar with the name. Where was the happy ending gonna come from? Right, Vex? Like, considering the subject matter, I just don't see. That's Revolticon. That's TikTok either doesn't let me log in, like I just log in over and over and over, and it keeps popping up with the login screen, and it's only the browser. The browser just sucks. TikTok browser sucks. I don't use the app because it sucks too. Honestly, I just fucking hate TikTok. And then if I can log in, then it's like I have to prove I'm a human and like click and move this puzzle piece. But no matter how many times I do it, it says I failed over and over. But I'm definitely not failing. Like I've done it on stream and it says I failed. It's just ridiculous. It's such a shitty fucking platform. Fix your shit. I mean, I feel like Oppenheimer's one of those things you gotta like. DJ, how dare you? You accidentally know what the fuck that is, right? Don, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, were they pissed about Pearl Harbor, Titanic? Like, what joyous ending is palpable here. Yeah, right. I'm glad I'm not the only one. That's just big wow. Big wow. Why'd they ban you, David? What? My friend who's a fourth grade teacher says that some kids don't know the little things like how to read a clock, what their address is, phone numbers, maps, multiplication tables, etc. Wait, I don't remember being that age, but I think I knew my address by fourth grade. I can tell I remember my phone number from when I was in fourth grade right now, so like that's gotta be something. I'm loaded. Well, yeah, I am. It's a Keef bowl. I was gonna say it's not roasted. That's a Keef bowl, Katie. That's a Keef bowl. I mean, there's a lot of things, that are just not really skills that I guess people need anymore. But reading a clock is not one of those. Right? There's still analog clocks places, right? That's You never needed cursive? Yeah. Honestly, though, it kind of feels like a special secret language, though. I feel like I was taught a special language that there's like, you know, kids 10 and under from now on will never be able to conceive of. It's kind of cool. Like I used to have little kids as patients that would see my handwriting and be like, "How do you write like the font on my mom's phone?" And I was like, "Oh shit, it's happening." It's very bizarre. Life is full of not happy endings. Those that don't want to live in reality are irritating. I agree. I mean, again, I've never seen Friends. Like, I've never seen a full episode of Friends, but all my friends loved Friends, so I'm well aware of it. And I saw a chunk of an episode where everybody finds out that Phoebe's mom would cut her and her brother off at the point of every movie ever that was sad at the end, like Old Yeller. Like, she just gets up and turns the TV off, and she goes, "Okay, that's the end. Everybody have a good night." And they're like, "That's not the end." And then they sit there all night showing her the end of every single sad, like, Disney movie ever, and it destroys her life. It kinda feels like that. Like, pretending it's not there doesn't mean it's not real. Tragedy is happening. It's happening right now. Like, yes, live your life, and don't drown in it, but if you can, but, like, acknowledging it, I mean, come on. My new HR person didn't know what the phrase "bottom of the hour" meant. That's still I feel like I don't talk to people anymore to know, but that's quarter till, quarter after, bottom of the hour. What? That's not Is it because I feel like I have analog clocks in my house. There's the thing, right? My nice watch only has hands. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a fancy watch that's digital. Unless it's like like a crazy, like, Garmin or something. I went to Catholic school, and if you didn't know your shit, you got hit with a ruler. I never got hit, but we definitely had to learn cursive. I remember it, and I don't have nice cursive. Like, now my handwriting's like an amalgamation of cursive and print. My body, like, has instinctively chosen some letters to pick up. Like, I won't write that letter in cursive, like lowercase k's, and I think it's because 'cause they're ugly in cursive. So I pick up, write a K, and then continue on it's so fucked. It's fucked. Dude, ghetto, that's what I said. Is that not the most perfect '80s nail polish color you've ever seen? Like, man, I mean, there are some colors or whatever, like, Like, when I think of the 90s, I think of that, like, that brown lipstick. It was like this brick brown lipstick that you literally can't find anymore. I had to make it for a RP I was in. But, like, there's certain things that just stick out of an era where when you see it, you're like, "Oh, fuck, man, I remember that." And I love it.
Shitter was full.
There's a few ugly cursive letters I will block. Same. What? I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's like they're either ugly or they're like there are some I'm trying to think of one. I mean, I write all the time, but I don't really think about it that often, but there are some letters that even in cursive, they just don't make sense the way that we designed them to be written in cursive. Like they connect funny and they always end up, like a lowercase O where you have to do the little beep beep. And then I don't know. There's certain letters where I'm like, nah, it's not pretty. That's not pretty. But why? It wasn't something I sat down and decided one day. I just like evolved this way, I guess. Pasty Bagel, thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for so long. I fucking appreciate you. Lowercase K's are hideous. Q's are hideous. I love me a lowercase Z. Those are one of my favorites. Anything with a loopy thing, I'm like, oh, my browser crashed. Please don't do this to me today. I just was, no. Don't panic. It's fine. She's gonna be fine. I just have to be gentle. Cocky, honestly, I think your hair looks more realistic. Your hair is the daily 80s hair wear. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying when I said, like, the real 80s versus that hyped up, like, and no shade, again, Cyndi Lauper's goddess, but, like, very few people dress like Cyndi Lauper every day. Know what I'm saying? I think you look like, well done. If you want a cheap hobby, learn calligraphy. I mean, that's basically cursive with, like, a fat pen, right? My Nana, no shit, she had the most beautiful handwriting. Her handwriting was calligraphy. And she was raised by nuns and probably beaten for not having perfect handwriting. But I still have some cards and shit that she sent me as a kid, and the handwriting in them it looks like it's a font. It's just so beautiful. Oh, no shit. I print because I lost use of my dominant hand, so I adapted to my right hand. That honestly makes sense. Yeah, 90% cursive too and some block letters. Oh my god, there's more of us. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It is. I think the purpose of cursive was before we had the technology to print documents. I think, because I remember being really young, like at like middle school, and your rough draft could be in print, but your final paper had to be in cursive. Is anyone required to write or even allowed to handwrite a final draft of a paper anymore? I'm really aging myself, I think, right now. I'm not that old, I swear to God. My birthday's just in a week, and I always freak out around this time. But I remember still handing in handwritten papers. Trouble. Hold on, let me repack. Cheers. When I was a kid and it was like maybe 89, um maybe 89, I was an altar boy. This is when hairspray was all the rage. Aquanet. Some girl was carrying the big can. Oh no. I know where this is going. I'm scared. Um some girl was carrying the big candle in Catholic mass ceremony and it got too close to her hair. Was she okay though? I'm assuming she wasn't like third-degree burns or anything, right? It depends on the school. Waldorf schools still teach and expect legible cursive at some schools. Really? Man, none of my nieces know how to do cursive at all. It's so weird. Like, it's a different language to them. They have no idea. And it's interesting to me because, I mean, I know theoretically, like, we can sign however the fuck we want to sign these days, like, on little credit card machines. I've literally drawn a dick because it's me. But I think about that, like, how do you sign something? How do you sign a letter? Is it just, like, graffiti print? I mean, I don't know. But I come from I feel like I'm the last melon of kids that did the handwriting shit. Hair gone. Oh, I'm scared. It depends on the school. That's kinda crazy. I can't read wait, I can't read cursive with my right hand, only sign with cursive. And see, that's how do people sign without cursive? I'm genuinely curious, I don't know. I'd be traumatized as fuck. I'm just glad she was okay. Seriously, when we were kids, I was never a hairspray person because if it's not my hair already gets there on its own. And hairspray is just I would have to shave my head. The tangles would be so off the charts. I wouldn't be able to keep my hair if I put hairspray in my hair. Um, but we had hairspray in the house because my mom used it, and we learned real quick how to do the like. I'm not even gonna say it. Don't, youngins, just don't. It's a recipe and a rhyme to set all the things on fire, including your little sister's face. If Sarah was here, she could vouch. I definitely burnt the hair off the front, like to the point where all of this hair was this. I mean, it was terrible. I was chasing her. Chaos, my dudes. Chaos. Yep, all the burnt arm hair, the burnt eyelashes, eyebrows. Like, oh god, we never learned our lesson. It was the worst. It's like manual. I have a manual transition. I feel I have a manual transmission. Okay, I drive a stick on purpose. But no shit. When I was a kid, it was like a rule that if you couldn't drive a stick, you weren't allowed to drive a car. You weren't allowed to go get yourself a car, even if it was an automatic, because my dad wanted you to be able, he was like, you have to be able to drive anything. Just in case you're stuck somewhere, your friend's drunk, you got to drive their car, something like that. You got to be able to drive everything. So I drove a stick, thought it was kind of cool. And I went to an automatic, and I mean, I like space out while driving at 60 miles an hour because I'm doing nothing actively with my brain while driving an automatic, and I could feel myself getting real scary and dangerous. A stick just keeps my brain going. I've got something to do. I feel like I'm participating in the activity of driving as opposed to just being a passenger in this tin can on the road. But also, in America, it is like theft protection. I could leave my car with the keys on the fucking driver's seat and a cupcake and a note that says take me, and it wouldn't be taken in the dead of Baltimore because no one can drive it. I have, yep, every single person I've ever had sex with, I have taught them how to drive a stick. Incredible. It's a dead art, I guess. But no shit, when I got my Jeep, it was like a chore to find a stick shift because they just don't make them. Nobody wants them. And I'm like, I want it. Give it. I love it, especially living in inclement weather. Like, honestly, I learned how to drive in like Eastern Washington where you get tons of snow, really bad weather, very similar to Colorado. And so I learned how to drive a stick in that. And then going to an automatic, it just made me not feel as secure. Even with like studded tires and all wheel drive in a Subaru, I didn't feel like I had the same level of control over my car and the wheels as I did driving a stick shift in like feet of snow or black ice or whatever. I don't know, but that's maybe just my like comfort level because that's what I was taught on. Cheers. Oh, Revoltcon. I didn't realize that until I started streaming and got the whole, "Oh my god, Katie, that's not a funny story." And I was like, "What?" I mean, you only know what you know, right? Manuals are the best. I remember the shock at the Porsche dealer when I was actually able to oh my god, I would die. I had my little Mazda 3, which is the closest I've ever gotten to driving like a sports car, but they definitely have a sports car clutch. And the first time I test drove it like that, thunk, and the dealer looks at you like, "Aw, this stupid white bitch can't drive a stick. Watch me, motherfucker. I just can't drive this touchy fucking clutch that lets go in a hairline." Now I got a heavy clutch for my Jeep and it's great. I mean, honestly, I grew up on dirt bikes and stuff too, and those were all like a manual shifting system, so I think I just got used to it. Oh, driving them in, you know what, Vex? I have something worse than driving a stick in the city. Exodus at Burning Man. Not many will have the joy of that, but I've been in traffic. I mean, driven a stick. I've been driving a stick for years now. Been in traffic with a stick. You definitely think a little bit like, oh, this is a terrible decision I've made. Oh my God. Coasting at 1 mile an hour for 5 hours with a clutch. I actually was getting like those horrific cramps where your whole calf starts doing this and your toes curl under while actively driving, and everyone in my car was dead asleep. It was, it was just, Zach gets to do Exodus next year, is all I'm saying. Pain. I've never gotten a cramp before from having to dance a clutch before, even in bad traffic. But it was no exaggeration, 5 hours of 1 mile an hour. It was so bad. I can't. I was actually like putting my hand on the clutch, like crawling under my steering wheel at a certain point and like pulling my leg up and like pulling my toes out of there, like stuck. It was so bad. I didn't think fuck. Well, I had a clutch burnout, God, years ago. I've had 2 Mazdas because of that one, the clutch burnout. It ended up being like a recall situation, but man, I love my stepfather. He's a good man and he's never been bad to me. But he is a chauvinistic cow of a man. And the moment I call him and say, "Dad, my clutch smells," "You're riding it. You're a woman. You're driving like a woman." "I'm going to cremate your taint first, old man. Come for me." And then I get an email the next day saying it's a recall, and I send that to my dad, and he's like, "I didn't check my email." Check your email! Truly, the amount, to this day, remember when you burned your clutch? Do I need to pull the email again, you fuck ass? I know how to drive a clutch. And then, honestly, at the end of the day, that motherfucker taught me how to drive a stick. So, like, if I'm burning a clutch, bitch, it's 'cause of you. Motherfucker. That being said, I learned on, like, 1982 Toyota, like, with the big, long stick, like the that guy, where it's just, like, so long. I think they just got rid of that truck, actually, which is insane. A manual gearbox is going the same way as the throttle advance lever. The engine can't auto stop unless you put it in neutral with the parking brake on. What do you mean auto stop? Automatics are the best for slow. There's no situation where going 1 mile an hour for 5 hours in 6 lanes of hippies is ever going to be a good situation. Just going to throw that out there. The cramp was just like the shit on the shit. But holy crap. I couldn't even pay attention. I was barely conscious of what was happening. It hurt so bad. A sex cramp? I don't want to answer because I think I'm going to just overshare when this is not what we're talking about. What's that? A weird foot tendon cramp you'll get while toe curling where the tendon like locks into place. That happens to me in the middle of my sleep. I've always called them a Charlie horse and I have no idea why. Why are they called a Charlie horse? That's a common thing, right? That's what people call them. I used to get them all the time when I was a kid, when I was going through like growing pains. Wake up in the middle of the night and my toes were like this and I'd have to like yank them out of position and start rubbing my calf. It was horrible. I don't get them a shit ton anymore unless I like go on some extraneous hike or something like that and I don't hydrate well. Dude, I gotta drive my dad's Mazda RX-7 with a Henkel engine. Rotaries, I don't think they make them anymore. I think they literally discontinued the last rotary engine they made, Mazda. Like 5 years ago or something. Didn't they? Yeah, they don't make them anymore. They were like dangerous. I don't know. They claimed they were dangerous or something. If I ever get another stick shift, I likely won't drive it in the winter or to certain areas here. Honestly, it hurts in some areas. I've smashed a clutch into little pieces. How? What? Wait, how? Oh, auto stop is when the engine stops, when the car stops. Oh, yes. I know exactly. Sorry. I've never had a car that did that before, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I have listened to cars that do this. I learned how to beat her Toyota truck as well. Fuck yes. Haven't needed to drive a clutch since, except for the random motorcycle here and there. And that's what I'm saying. My dad, he's not like, I don't even think he drives a stick anymore. Neither of my parents do. But he just wanted, and it did come in a lot of handy, but he wanted us, all the kids, to be able to drive anything. That was his biggest thing. He was like, you never know when you're going to be fucked, or your friend can't drive, whoever was driving you, you need to drive a car. I never want you to be that person that's like, I physically can't drive that car. And I'm grateful for it because I've actually gotten stuck like that, like gone somewhere with a significant other who got so fucking drunk they're blasted the next morning, and I need to work 2 hours away. So I'm like, fuck, guess I'm driving your stick in Seattle. I've told you guys that story. It was terrible. Seattle, for those who don't know, the hills are like this, like that. They are bar fucking vertical. It's insane. There are some hills in Seattle that are nerve wracking. And driving an old stick in those hills, no. Cheers to that. Charlie horse calf cramp, right? I just don't know why it's called that. It's when someone knuckle punches you on the top of the thigh. My brothers did that to me, but they called it something else. I don't remember. They do that like, yeah, they called it something else though. Oh my God, you're unlocking like core memories in my brain. Charlie horse is an American thing. Over here, they're called a cramp. I mean, we call them a cramp as well. A cramp, I feel like, is a more general term that could be all over your body. Whereas I think when I say Charlie horse, most people think like foot calf, but I don't know why. It's just a weird colloquialism that we've accepted. Vex, I think yours is the one that crashed. Try to throw it at me again. I'm trying. Hold on. My thing jumped. Charlie horse. I don't think I've ever got a cramp while fucking though. But I can't think of a time when my toes are like, or my feet are like pointed like a ballerina while fucking. And that's usually when the cramp hit. Thank you, Vex. Usually when the cramp hits. I'm moving it. I'm just going to get it off that monitor. In a manual with my dad going up the hills in Seattle. Okay, one thing I will say that is very much a beautiful advent of the future of clutch vehicles. My Jeep has anti-rollback. And like, I didn't need it before. Like, I did actually learn in the depths of those fucking Seattle hills, learn how to drive a stick. Like, I'm pretty good. But man, that anti-rollback gives you a sense of security that feels so nice. Oh my God. C-Town, it was so bad. And I mean, not to brag, but this was like the worst case scenario. So the guy I was with, we went to my best friend from high school. He was now in beauty school in Seattle. We went to his 21st birthday, so everybody was drinking. And the guy I was dating at the time was so anxious to go to a gay club. He had never been to one. He was from small town America, that he just downed a bottle of Parrot Bay rum. And I used to like Parrot Bay rum, but to this day, the smell of it makes me want to hurl because that dude just puked down the side of his truck the whole fucking 2-hour drive from Seattle back to Bellingham while I was like learning how to drive a stick in Seattle. The smell haunts me. Haunts me. And it was like a little Toyota pickup. Like, it was a great little truck. I mean, it wasn't even that old, I don't think. It was like maybe 10 years old or something. Not very many miles on it. Good clutch. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. You can look up these hills. My mom actually told me a story about my dad forgetting that I was on the top of his car at one point in a car seat, and he took off on one of these hills, and my baby ass rolled down the hill. Allegedly fine. We'll see about that, Papa. Vex, if you've never driven a clutch that has that anti-rollback, oh, it's so hot. I mean, just for the sake of being on really gnarly hills like that. Like you guys know, I've told you I like to go in the mountains here when I get a full fucking 2 days because that's how long it takes to get there. But it's a lot of this and switchbacks. It's like vertical switchbacks. It's pretty bad getting up into the hills, but once you get up there, it's gorgeous. And that anti-rollback, man. Just knowing releasing my clutch, I'm not immediately going to roll back into the motorcycle that is borderline riding my bumper. I love you guys and your motorcycle herds, but like, please get away from me. I mean, I don't care legally if it's my fault or not. If I roll over someone on a motorcycle because they were too close to my bumper and I'm driving a stick, I'm gonna feel real bad. I'm gonna feel real fucking bad. This song, this is, hold on. It's the Godzilla song is what I always call it, but it actually has a name. I have it up. I'm trying to think if I can remember the name. Simon Says. I was gonna say get the fuck up. It's Simon Says get the fuck up. Simon Says rub on your titties. It's Simon Says. I think it's Simon Says, right? By Pharaoh. Hold on. It's on Spotify. Pharaoh Monk. Pharaoh Monk. Yes. Simon Says. It's the Godzilla. Honestly, it's very much sounds like Run the Jewels. I would not fault that guess at all. No, they use a lot of the same like womp 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 that sound. Absolutely. Yeah, I can totally hear it. No. Now I have to hold on. Actually, I was moving the links over. Let's take a quick break. The TikTok one is just not going to work. TikTok is apparently not just me though, so that's nice. But someone gave me a video of a giant snake, which is super terrifying. I've seen this guy before. Have you seen whoever gave me the snake? Have you seen this guy before? I feel he's mildly problematic reptile person, but I care about animals too much, so like maybe it's just me. But let me know. Quick break. We haven't taken a break yet today. It's weird. Late stream day. Don't worry. We're not ending stream in a few minutes. I slept in like a zombie. I think because I went to sleep watching fucking Oppenheimer, which wow. Super heavy. I think I only made it through half. It's like a 3-hour movie. It's pretty intense, but it's good so far. It's really good. But I started super late, so I did all my chores in the morning and walked the dogs and shit, so we don't have to worry about sun going away. It's the sample from Godzilla. That's why I always call it the fucking Godzilla song, but I never remember the actual name. Yeah, I mean, it's about 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think 3 hours without the credits and shit. But damn, I am one of the first people to not be able to pay attention to a movie. Like, I usually pick up a book and kind of duel I was for a good hour and a half of it before I got really fucking tired because it was like 1 in the morning and I needed to go to sleep. I was into it. I mean, it's very, what's the word? Gets ya. I mean, from moment one, it's like, I think because it kind of bounces around in time, which I still don't understand, like between the color and the black and white. If anybody knows, if it's not a spoiler, I cannot figure out why some scenes are in black and white, or if it's just always Robert Downey Jr. that's in black and white. I have no idea. But like, it keeps your attention because you never know where it's going. Engrossed, thank you. Yes, I was gonna say entranced. Engrossed, absolutely. I was like crisscross applesauce on the edge of my bed like this with my elbows on my knees, and I got those big red marks you get when you have a bad shit. Yeah, I was into it. It really gets your attention. And because it does that jump around and it's constantly introducing new characters of people like, Heisenberg and shit, names that we are well familiar with. At least I thought most of us familiar with. Today I learned. Man, I gotta finish it. I haven't finished it, no spoiler, but like, it's good so far. Cillian does he's a good actor, right? He does a really good American accent. He's not American, right? He's from England, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. His American accent's great. It's very, very convincing. He's Irish. Red. I really miss the chaoticness. I miss it too. I miss it all the time. I love Sam Rockwell dancing Charlie's Angels. You know what's weird? You mentioned him. I just watched like this weird, I don't know, I don't even know what to say, what channel it was on. It was a YouTube thing where it's like Sam Rockwell describes some of his most famous scenes or famous movies. And he talked about that character in Charlie's Angels and how it was one of the most exciting characters he's ever got to play because he got to play like an
Dinner was
innocent kind of
full.
nerdy character that revealed as the badass. Wah, 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 wah. It was cool. He's a really cool dude. Time Factor Love. Thank you for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. Don't forget your Prime subs. There's two really great defining scenes in Oppenheimer. One is the moment the bomb goes off, dude. Because there's a moment before the explosion when you detonate a nuclear weapon when the air is vacuumed towards the warhead before it ignites and the air explodes. So there's a split second of absolute silence before the blast, and that scene reflects that. I don't want to spoil it. It's emotional. Like, yeah, that. And then, I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I guarantee all y'all also had similar reactions to like the joy and celebration of the success of the bomb. Like the amount of times that Zach and I at the same time would like look at each other with this look of like, wow, whoa. It was uncomfortable. It was so, yeah. The look of like absolute horror and realization on Oppenheimer's face. And then the slow motion, everyone like high fiving and being excited. That's similar to like when we land something onto the moon or something, but it was like, just like evisceration of a Japanese people. Like, but I haven't finished it. But I got to the bomb being dropped on Japan and a little bit after that. And that's not, I mean, this is a historical, like, we know, and there's not really spoilers, right? Unless you were expecting a happy ending out of Oppenheimer. What? I mean, we all hope for happy endings, but like, wow, the out of touch. That Saronlin dude. Shh. Cold fucking chills. Even the quote, I mean, wasn't there the correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the very beginning where it's showing that cool cinematic of like like fire and explosion going off. And it shows the Prometheus quote. I think it's Prometheus gave fire to people and therefore he was tortured for all eternity. That, I mean, it starts you off on a note of just like, you know, I don't know how to put words to it. It makes your skin crawl from the moment one, sets you up, and you're just like, oh shit. We know where it's going. I know most of y'all have like been awake for the past 20 years, at least ish. So, or at least know the story of the H bomb and that horrible shit. Yeah, the relation to Prometheus as Oppenheimer was just fucking wild. I mean, but it's so well done. Usually movies like that, like especially with a lot of quiet, it's a lot of exposition, because it's a lot of from Oppenheimer's point of view. I tend to drift off my ADHD. I tend to read a book, and I was locked until it was officially my night time. I am become death. Yeah, oh yeah. It and like I don't know, man. It's like a lot of them, not just Oppenheimer, totally knew what they were making. And there's a point where they have a conversation where he's like, we should probably tell the Nazis about this so no one makes it, right? And it's such a weird, conflicting moment because that's treason. You're teaching the enemy how to make this horrific thing, the gadget. Um, it's fucking weird. It's so dark. I would never want to be in any of those people's positions ever, ever, ever. It was Heisenberg, yeah. I would never want to do any of that. Like, it's just people that work in weapons. God damn. I thought it was a Disney fairy tale. I mean, there's a princess or two. Who? Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's I assume I have to that they're celebrating the success of their math, their physics, and their science to I mean, their success in creating what they aimed to do. I have to just to save my sanity assume that people don't celebrate genocide. Like there's no other way to put that. It was almost like a compartmentalization of the information, right? C-Town, like they cut themselves off at we did our math was real and it worked. And they stopped at what worked was death. Like so much. Yeah, it's just the human nature of it is the movie does a really good job, I think, at displaying the different human natures because like certain people don't want to be a part of the project anymore because they realize what's happening. Oppenheimer, just watch. I mean, you should watch. I'm, I would never suggest a 3-hour historical film, but damn, this one's pretty good. They did a damn good job. Cillian Murphy does a very good job. He's got such a uniquely like in the way that I have like a rubber face, I'm super like expressive, and make lots of weird faces. He can convey emotion, like a full spectrum of emotion without needing that rubber face feature. It's so great. I don't know what you would say about that. I don't know a word, but I know you know what I mean. Yes, science just because we can. Yeah. It's wow, what up, reasonable? How are you, love? Dance with Wolves is great. Absolutely. I mean, some of my favorite movies of all time I've only seen like once because they're so fucked up, but I cannot get over. I never stop thinking about them because they truly are some of the best movies I've ever seen. Not fucked up, but like I always forget the name of it because I'm terrible at this. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio up in the Canadian. He gets eaten by the bear. It's a horrible situation. But like, fuck, that movie is just so well done. Holy titties, Revenant. Thank you. I saw that shit in theaters. Whoa, whoa. Right? It's so good. But like I don't know when ever or if ever I'll ever be in the mood to watch that. And like, everything else that happens. I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen The Revenant, but like I mean, yeet your heart before you turn that one on cuz damn, it's a heavy one, but fuck, dude. Surviving a bear attack, I mean, the human will to survive in that environment, let alone the bear attack. Holy shit. Ew, blurred lines. You got so obsessed with if you could. Oh my god, I love this quote. You got so obsessed with if you could, you never stopped to think if you should. Isn't that's Jurassic Park? Yeah, it's a great line. Must have been hard not wanting the weapon to exist, but knowing that their only choice was to make it or risk monsters like Nazis making it first. I cannot imagine. That's what I'm saying. Like being in that place where it's like either we make it or someone else does. Because it was good. I mean, I think if I remember, the movie's long. Forgive me, but the information was being leaked by someone. Unforgiven. Yeah. Yep. Same. I've seen it big old one time, but great fucking movie. I mean, honestly, Gladiator is one of those movies. I love the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe. It's since its release back in forever ago. It's been one of my top 5 movies of all time. But I don't just put that on regularly. Like I got to be in a very specific mood because holy shit. it will rip everything out of you and stomp on it. Like, it's just, it's a all the emotion jerker. They're all being jerked. I don't know. There's great, and the music, right? Lisa Gerrard. How did I pull that out of my asshole? I don't think I've spoken that name in 15 years. Lisa Gerrard does the music. I love that movie. It's one of my absolute favorites of all time. But I probably watch it like 3 times a year-ish, maybe, but I have to be in a mood because, man, if you haven't seen Gladiator, I don't know. It's been out for a bit. You should watch it. I am Decimus Maximus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance. In this life or the next. Dude, name a creepier bad guy than, what's his fuck? Joaquin Phoenix's character. It just escaped my mind. I literally had it on the tip of my dick. Fuck my ass. Fuck! Commodus! Fucking thank you. Commodus. Dude. No, I can't think of a villain in a movie that has made me feel more viscerally like I need to run than Commodus in a bit. Maybe Walter Frey or whatever, him fucking all his daughters and shit. That was pretty fucking viscerally creepy, but like, dude. Yeah, I was. I just forgot. I get so sidetracked. We need to run an ad. That's the only reason. I love fun facts. Give me a fun fact. I love Gladiator. Is it going to make me sad? Don't make me sad, but I love fun facts. We do need to take a break. I need to run an ad just to get it out of the way, because otherwise those fucking pre-rolls happen and I refuse to accept that. Not on my fucking watch. Get some water, as I'm going to do. Load a bowl. I've got 3 links, because I'm being fucking gentle, that look like some music and a funny that maybe we can enjoy. Man in the Iron Mask's really tough. That one, the reality of, I mean, can you even, I think that happened more often than we realize. Like, not twins, being separated and one being hidden, but children being hidden away like that. Ugh. Super sad. Dude, No Country for Old Men is one of the best movies of all time, and I've seen it once. What is his name? Remind me. I'm gonna take the dogs out, run an ad, get out of the way. Oh, fuck. It's right there. I love him. He's such a good actor. Is it Javier Bardem? There's 2 actors that I mix up really all the time. There's Javier Bardem and then one other one who look really similar. They both have like a who plays the dad in Supernatural? Who's Abe Vigoda? Why do I know that? Hold on, I have to look that up. I don't know why, but I mix those 2 actors up a lot, and I feel bad about it. I don't even know if they're both Spanish, to be honest. I could just be an idiot. Wait, Gerard Depardieu, James Dean Morgan. Which one is it? Wait, which one? What? Oh, wait. Okay, so was Abe Vigoda an answer to a creepier bad? Well, where was he a creepy bad guy? In what was he in where he was a creepy bad guy? You have to remind me. He was like in everything ever. Oh, it's a joke. Oh. He looks like the grandpa from Hey Arnold. Billy's breathy shit kind of gets to me sometimes. I feel like it all just kind of sounds the same. Just a little. Welcome back. The dogs were barking at something. This coming from a disturbed linguistics friend of mine. Oh God. Maximus means large. Decimus from the root means 10 of through certain translations. And meridius means roughly the same as length. Oh. Um. Again, depending on what roots you focus on. So Russell Crowe's character was basically named the Big 10-incher, meaning he was swinging in the breeze. Also, the movie made me dislike Joaquin Phoenix as a person because I dislike Commodus so much. Dude, that has happened to me with so many actors. I cannot tell you how many. And Joaquin Phoenix literally gives me the creeps no matter what because of that movie as well. It's so hard for me to see him in a movie be like anything but creepy now. Like the Joker was great. I didn't see it. Just kidding. That's amazing. His poor wife, like I have a ruler somewhere. I was literally gonna say that's gonna be a kidney tickler. Like, where the fuck is that going? Where's that going? Same. No, I have dude, this it's so bad. So the guy that they chose to act as young Han in the movie Solo, the only movies I've seen him in, he's a raper. But previous, like way previous to Solo ever coming out. So in Solo, like, and he's acts exactly the same way. He acts like this charming, debonair, like Solo type character, and I can't see him as anything else. It's broken me. Like I couldn't watch Solo because I was like, he's a creeper. It stained me with that character because he did such a good job. Nope, I can keep this one. I didn't. I emptied the bowl, so we're good. I just don't want to like stack Keef on Keef on Keef because you know you can get in trouble. I don't want to. I try not to get so high that I can't like drive my dogs somewhere if there's an emergency. I'm gonna do some keep out of this because it's so full. It's disgusting. And then I have music from Vex. We're gonna test this shit. We tested a browser the other day. Glut took a clip, and there wasn't audio in it, so I'm really hoping it's still fine. Of all the things, audio's been great. Look at this. It's I don't know if my camera picks that up. It's an imprinted puck from the screen. It's bad. It's bad, Katie. It's bad. If you keep too often, it'll go up in the bowl. And also, I feel like it turns into a harder piece of coal and it plugs it. I don't know what. Probably because it's just so fine. Terra del means land in Spanish. Calor is from the Latin to heat. Fornia, hold on, from fornication means sex. Hence, Terra del California, the land of hot sex. That's amazing. This is my Keef catch. Yeah. This is my shame. I vowed to actually start to use some of it, so we're using some of it. It's like doing surgery, man. It's crazy. Hold on. Oh. It's like the finest fucking powder, dude. I don't even know what to compare it to. I'd say cocaine, but I've actually never done cocaine, so I don't fucking know. At least that I'm aware of. And nowadays, all these fucking drug dealers or I guess not the dealers, maybe. I don't know. People are putting fentanyl and everything. I wouldn't fuck around with anything anymore. Fuck that. We did it, kids. Now to put the lid back on before she blows it up. I know. I mean, if I sneezed, this would be gone. I'd be in so much trouble. Punta Gorda. Fat. Is that fat pussy? Wait, I want to live in fat pussy. Oh, I never saw Nightcrawler. What's it about? I actually like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a pretty good actor. I'm just surprised I haven't seen that one. The threads on this are so fine. Sorry. But if I don't put it back on, I'll definitely hit it with an elbow and be real sad. I know. I don't know. I think you might get a real bad nose infection if you railed Keef off, but I don't know. Like, imagine railing pollen. Like, that's more or less what Keef is. It's just pollen. It's like the ultimate sperm bank. Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know if you would, I don't think you would get high. Yeah. It would just be bad. Don't do that. Donna, I read that kid never wanted to act again after acting as Joffrey because he did such a good job. And honestly, like, he truly did. Very rarely has a show made me despise a character so strongly as Joffrey. Wow. Did I want that kid to die? He did a phenomenal job, but I heard he got death threats and shit. Yeah, which is sad. People, I mean, goddamn, like having a weird feeling about an actor because they did a good job as a character, like feeling creepy about Joaquin Phoenix. I'm not gonna go attack Joaquin Phoenix and send him death threats. What the fuck? Reality? You. Whoa. 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 Yeah, like it's media? Hello? What the fuck? Yeah. That I think that's a good sign you are not mature enough to take in media. Like it's time to check out. Yeah, grown ass adults bullying, stalking. I mean, the stalking of that shit. I could go on that. That's a whole. I read about, like people waiting for, the characters from Harry Potter to turn 18 all creepy like. I mean, and in this day and age, people were super like outwardly having Reddits and shit waiting for people like Millie Bobby Brown to turn 18. Like I don't have to say it right. That's pedophilia, Randall. Yeah. Oh, ooh, a con man for desperate work muscles into the world of LA. Oh shit. Muscles into the world of LA crime journalism. He blurs the line between observer and participant to become the star of his own story. Ooh, that sounds like it'd be a good book. Was that based on a book? That sounds like it'd be a phenomenal book. I think, I mean, I've never heard of a positive child actor experience, honestly, Viata. Have you? Like, I'm not saying they all turn out, like, they all grow up to be fucked up, but I don't think I've ever heard of someone like, like, "Oh, yeah, being a child actor was a great experience for me." Rest in peace, all those poor child actors, because Jesus fucking Christ. It sounds like it'd be good. It just sounds like a really good book theme. I don't know. All right, are we ready to try these 3 links? I'm gonna play a few seconds of the first one that Vex gave me, and then I'm gonna pause it. And if one of y'all, all y'all could clip it and just triplet check me and make sure there's no audio in it. I can get away with 10 seconds, and that's fine. But over 10 seconds, I can't. So I just have to make sure. I just am nervous. It can take down my whole channel. You know. Yeah, the ones that get out of it early, exactly. And it's like, I feel like if they get out of it early, that means that their parents probably weren't pushing them towards it and like trying to live out their childhood. Like, man, have y'all heard? I mean, God, I don't know why this ends up in my fucking feed of literally anything, but it ended up everywhere. Probably because I watched Colleen Ballinger shit. But like JoJo Siwa, like starting her own dance show with her mom and like borderline torturing some little girl until she bleeds out of her belly button. Oh my God. The world, though. But like, not shocking, but like, Jesus Christ. Like Britney Spears, yeah. 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 Oh yeah. I mean, Cliff Notes. We're all familiar with Dance Moms because of the news, I'm sure. I've never seen an episode, but the mom got in trouble and went to jail for like embezzlement or something like that. But her daughter was a member of this Dance Moms thing where it's like a crew of little girls dancing. It's basically like the pageant shit, but they're dancing. And the moms are crazy. And they call themselves momagers, like red flag number 79 billion. Um, she goes to jail for a long time for embezzlement, comes out, and now her daughter Jojo Siwa, who has made like a business off of just existing, they started another like dance show, and one of the girls was born with spina bifida and had gone through multiple surgeries. 2 weeks after having an intense spinal surgery, they encouraged her to join a dance performance, and I'm not shitting you when I say her belly button started to bleed, and Jojo, and I quote, "Here, put a menstrual pad on it so you don't bleed on your costume." Why are these people allowed outside? People. Yeah. This poor little girl. This poor fucking oh, and then to just like, pour some shit gravy on the shit, they fired her off the show for differences in opinion or something like that. It's just insane. Insane. Child abuse. It's insane. I know. It's fucking insane. And it's like multiple of these children that were on the show are now coming out because they feel like they've healed enough to talk about how JoJo abused them and all this stuff. And it's like no one's shocked that this child raised by a dance mom in the dance mom show world is turning out to be exactly like her mother. Why did anyone give her a show? Because people watch it. I don't know. Cheers to all y'all being parents out there not trying to live through your kids and shove them into acting jobs or dancing or whatever the fuck that is. Because what the fuck? Anyways, because I'm being gentle. This is the guy. So, snake warning, FYI. This is a reticulated python. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of the biggest, if not the largest, longest snake you can own as a human. This guy has been all over social media for many, many years for those of us who are obsessed and have reptiles. And like, I don't know. He's not like, how do I put this? He's one of those people who kind of mass breeds snakes and shit. And I don't know, it makes me super uncomfortable. I haven't logged into anything on this computer since I wiped it. But the snakes are gorgeous. Yeah, this is the kind of snake where no shit, no one would ever advise you own one unless there is absolutely a chance of always another person in the presence of that snake with you at all times. Because this snake can accidentally kill you. They're huge. They get like 23 feet long or something like that. They're insane. They're so big, but they're really easy to what's the word? Oh my god. They're really, really easy to genetically manipulate how they look, similar to ball pythons. So in the breeding industry, they become super popular because they can breed them to look like Dalmatian dogs, like white with black spots. They can breed them to have smiley face emojis on them. It's ridiculous. But like for every smiley face emoji snake, 20 million are born not pretty, and I have no idea where they go, and it haunts me. And the way that guys like this breed snakes, I can show you it, but they literally, it's like, imagine the basement of a library where it's like reference books and shit. If you went to college, you know this area. We all had to go there. So it's kind of dark and dank, and it's just really narrow hallways of little drawers. And every single, I mean, it's thousands of drawers, tens of thousands of drawers sometimes. Every single drawer has a reptile in it, and they live this life just in a drawer in the dark. There's a heat strip up the back of the drawer, and they get a sour cream dish that has water in it and a paper towel to live on. And these that's all these reptiles. That's how they live out their entire existence in these breeding facilities. And man, I don't know. The more you learn, the more you hate. You know what I'm saying? It's real sad. So, whatever. I just have to say my piece because, like, this is probably a cool snake, but shit makes me sad. But look at that shit. That is beautiful. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for the raid, Zealous. I hope you're all doing well. Capoeira, you aren't allowed to practice any martial arts. This is fine. We're just dancing and definitely not practicing martial arts. That's where it came from, right? I think that's actually the origin. It was like a way to hide training, like independent rebellion or something like that, right? Like we joke, but it's legit. Zealous, thank you for the love. We all need it. Welcome, Raiders. My name's Katie. How are you doing? I hope it's well. Seen a video of someone getting choked to death in a redneck show and tell snake thing in front of a bunch of kids. Oh my god. Yeah, these ones I wouldn't. I mean, the problem is they are really fucking cute as babies. And people see these itty bitty babies and they're like, oh my god, I want that. And it grows to that monster we just saw. So, like, again, snake warning. I don't think a lot of people have phobic of snakes. It's not going to come at you. It's just a picture. But, like, that That right there, that's a baby reticulated python. They look like puppies. They've got those big fucking eyes, and they're very timid. I mean, they're extremely handleable as babies. I mean, they're handleable as adults too, but they can accidentally kill you because they think you're a tree stump. They're adorable. I mean, look at them. They're so small, and they tend to have these giant, just precious eyes that get people. So people go to reptile shows and they see this that can fit in your palm of your hand, and in no way, shape, or form, like conceptualize that in under 2 years it's going to be 23 feet long and it's going to need to eat baby pigs. I love hog noses. You know, in Colorado, you can't own one. It's kind of sad. That is the origin. That's what I thought. Yeah. I think I read about that. Like it was part of a book or something, and I was like, is this real history? And it totally was. But yeah, don't let shit like this fool you if you're out there, right? I know. They're so cute. And they're not venomous. Pythons, they squeeze. And I was trying to go to images. They truly are really cute. But they grow. There's a baby of the exact one he was holding. Super cute. Really manageable. You could put that in a 30-gallon tank for a week. Know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand. And I don't fault people. I fault the breeders for not informing people of what they're purchasing because it grows into that. That's what you're going to have in under 3 years-ish. And you're going to have it for upwards of 50. So, I mean, if you can do it, if that's your lifestyle, like, get it. But don't be fooled by that because it's the same thing. It's very, I mean, none of my snakes are over like 6 feet because I just don't want to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? They're cute as fuck. Just do your research. I mean, and honestly, if you truly are, I mean, I doubt literally any of you are interested in a reticulated python because they're huge. Like, who can do that? But if you are, reticulated pythons and sulcata tortoises are two of the most abandoned and, what's the word, like, given to shelter animals ever. Because sulcata tortoises grow as big as a small car, and you just saw the snake. There are so many. I mean, it's insane. Thousands of farms where people take them in because people realize it's going to get 23 feet and they don't want it anymore. Please adopt. That's all I want to say. So they actually, no shit, they haven't crossbred to make it small, but they found a unique species, and I'm trying to think of the name. It's called a pygmy, not a pygmy retic. There are some, like, if you were ever interested in a big snake like that, I could suggest 5 snakes that look exactly the same but don't get 23 feet long. It's just unfortunately they're not that common. And it's a they only get like I say only is a big word. They only get like 10 feet long, but they're not that big. They're not big enough or strong enough to kill you on accident. You know what I mean? Like you still have to be safe and like handle them if you want to handle them. You gotta do it regularly, et cetera, whatever. But there is a new one, and they found it, and I cannot fucking remember. There's actually so within like the reptile invertebrate, the exotics world, I guess you would say, there's a huge stigma against crossbreeding species. It's definitely done. I mean, I'm sure it is. There's so little regulation around that kind of shit. But amongst like the moral breeders or whatever the fuck you want to call them, people I follow on the internet because I like animals, it's very, very looked down upon what they like crossbreeding any because like, for instance, with tarantulas, there are a few species out there that look almost identical, and they'll be lazy about making sure what genetics they actually have, breed them, sell them like they're the super expensive kind, but they're actually not the super expensive kind. You get that baby, you give it the wrong environment, it dies as a baby. We're essentially just like selling death. You see where I'm going with this? That can happen across species lines all across the place, and that happens a lot. So it's like keeping things pure aside from the weird color shit, which I don't know how they ethically manage that one. They tend to be pretty strong on that. What I've noticed. Oh, absolutely. And that's the sad part. And I was like, no shit. For that snake to live an adequate life, it would need to be able to stretch its body completely along at least one wall of its enclosure. And these people do not keep them that way. They keep them in a shelf in the wall. I know someone, I mean, I don't know them. I follow a lot of people like on Instagram and shit like that. And there's a chick, she's pretty famous for keeping anacondas, like all sorts of anacondas. There's various kinds, and she keeps them in shelves. They're in shelves because they're so fucking big. it's borderline impossible. Like, the only way I've ever seen people ethically take those kind of reptiles, like, there's people that have, like, gators and shit like that. They live in Florida, and all of these animals live outside. That's the only way this animal I mean, sulcata tortoise is involved as well. It's the only way, because they can be outside 24/7, it's got the environment for it. It's the only way these things can exist. I say fuck them. I mean, and it's so conflicting for me. I have such a hard time because on one hand, they speak they have a lot of knowledge about, like, animal conservation, not poaching animals. Like, I agree with a lot of what they say, but I also know that they keep their snakes in drawers, and they'll trash talk people like me. Like, even crested gecko people, they're like, "You don't need to waste your money on a terrarium or dirt or any of that. Your gecko can't see the color of its water dish. It can be a sour cream." Like, I'm not against reusing sour cream containers and shit like that, don't get me wrong, but it's just infamous. They'll open a drawer, and it's like a paper towel and an upside down deli cup of some kind, and that's where this animal exists until they decide it's gonna fuck another one, and then they just stick it in another drawer with another animal. Just it's like, I don't know where they like, how they draw their shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, either you care about the animal's welfare or you don't, I guess. I would say. I don't know. See, what's sad is there's not a lot of regulations around invertebrates and exotic animals in general in terms of animal cruelty. Like, I don't even know how to put it. Like, no one's checking on snakes and spiders because they're icky, in my opinion. Puppies and kitties are cute. You know? I don't know. I might be biased. I like all animals. I think life should be probably not tortured. Like, if you can't adequately take care of an animal, maybe don't get it. But I mean, at least in the US, like, no shit, in the US, chickens aren't considered animals anymore because of the way that we butcher them. Factory farms had to legislate, or what's it called? Not legislate. They did the lobbying shit. They lobbied to make it so chickens aren't considered animals, so that animal rights don't apply to them anymore. So we can just, like, do what we want in the slaughter. It's pretty fucked. I mean, don't look into this shit. I like animals to an unhealthy level, is what I'm saying. I'm saying, Vieta. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm gonna think of it. Hold on. The pygmy boa, whatever. I'm gonna think of it because they're. I mean, have you ever seen a blood python, Vieta? In my opinion, it's like the like chibi snake. They're just obese. Obese. They're called a blood python because they're red. But they're basically a mini python. They don't get very long. They're more like a slug shape because they're so fat. But they're kind of rare. I've never come across one, and I'm tapped out. I don't want any more snakes. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know how else to say that because they're just like short and stubby. It's like someone took a normal snake and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chibied it. I don't. Hold on. They're beautiful, in my opinion. I don't know. People might be afraid of snakes, but, like, no shit. Blood pythons. But you see what I mean? This guy, he just passed away from cancer like a couple weeks ago. Seriously, rest in peace. Brian, man. I watched him for so many years. He also had drawers and drawers of snakes. But I watched him for many years. But look at that. I mean, there's another good one. You can see what I'm saying? That's a real snake. Like, this is, and see the head size? They're like comical, but I kind of love them. I know. I'm his poor family. Brian was like, I mean, I didn't know him personally, but fuck, was he a beacon of just, like, happiness and joy and love for animals, man. He reminded me a lot of Steve Irwin. I know. They're chonky, right? I love them. I've always had an eye out for one. Again, I'm tapped out. Like, I don't need any more snakes, but they're precious, and I do like to talk about them. If someone look, there's the baby. They look like a little poop a little bit, and they just get fat. They don't get super long. They just stay like this strange chonk, and they come in a lot of different colors. But they're a python that just lives this. There's the itty bitty baby. Look at the beep. Babies, man. This is how you get sucked in because you're like, oh my god, it's so cute and little. And then they turn into a big chonkers, but they're just look at those colors though, man. And these obviously like the red ones are natural. There's different variations based on their like localities or whatever. I think this is not natural. They've definitely started to breed these. That's not natural at all. I don't think. Look at that little poop tail. I love it. I love them. I don't know, blood python. But there is a pygmy one, and I wanted to look at their head. They also have a very unique head. I don't know what it is. It's super square. I think it's maybe because they're chonky. It looks weird, like because they got such a fat neck attached to it. I don't know. It's almost like an alligator head or something. You know what I mean? It's super like it looks like an Art Deco design on a wall or something. It's like angular. I don't know. They've got really pretty designs. Snakes are gorgeous. That's the natural one. I mean, you could look up ball pythons. I could do this forever and ever. Ball pythons, they have truly bred to the point where we were just talking about this yesterday, weren't we? With dogs and like allele genes and how they can be too close to things and we don't realize what we're doing, but we're fucking with things like we think we're God. Did I dream that? That wasn't a fever dream, right? I think we were just talking about that yesterday. Same fucking problem with snakes across the board. There's actually a morph of ball python spider. If you ever see the word spider in the morph of a ball python, the likelihood of your ball python having a severe neurological disorder to the point where it literally can't eat on its own or function as a snake, i.e., move forward without spinning like a corkscrew, it's that gene. And it was to make it look a certain way, and they just fucked. I mean, it's just why? Why? Horrible. It's horrible what they did. It's just, and I mean, I don't know everything about genetics, please. I am not a genetics professional, but from what I understand with the snake issue with these spider ball pythons, it was just a case of inbreeding, 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 inbreeding over and over and over to get this very specific look on the outside of the snake. And unfortunately, they were also carrying forward a gene for this horrific neurological disorder where the snake, when it wants to go forward, it moves in a spiral and it can't not do that. So imagine trying to strike at prey. It's impossible. I mean, if you have one of these snakes, 9 times out of 10, people end up having to force, like, hand feed them the rest of their existence. It's horrific. It's so, I mean, that's how we got on the topic yesterday was we were talking about pugs and stuff. Like, as much as I absolutely love, 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 and worship my Millie Moo, she was the most perfect dog in the entire world. I would never get another one unless it was, like, out of an adoption instance because I just cannot feel good about perpetuating what we've done to that dog. I mean, dogs in general, though, right? Like, it's not just pugs. They've done it everywhere. It's so sad. Trying to get one of your links to work and it was loading funny. Give me a second. Oh my god, Viata, I found it. Do you hate Clint? I can't remember. I'm gonna see if I can get it to buffer because I've only got 2 links up. One of them's from Glut, and I wanted to wait and see if he comes back. If not, I'll still play it. But I knew it. Clint, the fucking what's Clint's reptiles? The oh hey there, really dorky dude, but knows a shit ton about reptiles, and is another one that just loves animals dearly, dearly. He made a video recently, 2 years ago. Wow, Katie. But it was about this dwarf reticulated python. If you guys want to watch it. The natural large white patches, but I don't know if you saw this. This happened years ago. But just recently an article was out. I saw it again. And I was like, wait, the fuck? This happened years ago? Someone like accidentally was breeding. They're called pied ball pythons. Pied means most of the snake is like white. That leucistic, whatever. Leucistic. I always say it wrong. With like, kind of calico spots. They accidentally bred one where one of the spots looked exactly like a smiley emoji. And the world was like, emojis! So that became the new thing. It had to have a fucking emoji on your snake. Side note, they used to judge the wrinkles on pugs' foreheads, and that dictated whether or not that pug would go to an emperor or die, whether or not their wrinkles made a symbol that meant something. We're still doing it, man. People don't change. I might have not grabbed it, Kun. I'm keeping my links to 3 at a time, literally. I'm just being very gentle with my PC because it's not. I'm still going. Still downloading shit, still like getting it there. I just figured out the audio shit again. Setting up a new PC sucks. No shit, yeah, like if the wrinkles in the pug's forehead like said luck, then that puppy would go to an emperor and be like a lapdog and treated well. And if the symbol said something else, Millie, I shit you not, she had the Oblivion Gate on her forehead. It was amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm just being gentle. I just don't want to. I haven't had too much issues. Like my computer hasn't crashed, but it still acts weird sometimes. Like it'll get a little pixely. I'll watch my mouse will just start like loading when I haven't done anything, or just like moving my mouse, it starts to load. It's a clean install, but I'm slowly installing this huge list of like the programs my computer told me were going to be disappeared or whatever, and like elimination diet style, like trying to see which one when I install it does my computer act worse, better, same. Nothing. Okay, next one. Worse, better, same, and I have to like run it. It's so ridiculous. It's oh what? I really hope that one buffers. Medieval land, fun time world. Oh no. That's beautiful. I did. I ran like a RAM test or whatever that the PC came up with, and it said it was fine. But I looked in like GeForce or whatever where you can like, it pulls up all the information for every piece of hardware in your case. And the only thing I can come up with, I don't know if this justifies literally anything, but a lot of it is just really old. Like my motherboard is almost 7 years old. And in technology years, that's like really long. Unfortunately. I feel like leucisticness is similar to albinism in that it absolutely occurs naturally. Like we've seen it occur naturally, but humans take that naturally occurring thing and then fuck it. Always. You know, it's like naked cats. Like that was a genetic flaw, and we were like, let's breed more naked cats. Which, like, no shade. I love naked cats. They're cute as fuck. I don't think it does anything bad to them, but maybe. I don't know. But you know what I mean? We take those fucking munchkin cats that they breed them so their legs are like this long and they have to like they're cute as hell, but like I don't know if we should have done that. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Please correct me if I'm like totally off base here. Seems odd. I'm really glad no one bred me to have tiny legs cuz I fucking don't want that. Most white tigers are a result of inbreeding. That makes me sad. Hmm. After 5+ years, most of the beer can capacitors tend to dry out, especially if they use the cheapies. It's, I'm trying to think of which motherboard it is in there. I know it. It's on the tip of my ass, but it is old. I just don't. I can't. It's gotta work. I just gotta be gentle. It's being gentle with a cracked teacup. Life finds a way. You're not, I mean. Albinism happens. Like, it definitely happens in nature and shit like that, but I feel like people are like, we like that trait. We're not gonna look into we were just talking about that yesterday, like white, I'm gonna do it. Great Dane, I did it. Oh my god, Scooby-Doo dogs. They discovered after abusing the fuck out of it that if you breed to get a pure white Great Dane, that Great Dane will be blind or deaf, no matter what, 100% of the time. It's gonna happen. But they sell the puppies before the people can tell, and then these people get a puppy that's blind or deaf, and they don't want it for some reason, which is also super sad, and they abandon these puppies. Oh, no shit, they're just in the PSU these days. I mean, I'm mostly scared to take everything off the board and, like, have to change anything out because it's old, that, like You know how, like, old plastic, you heat it, cool it for 6 years? Like, will removing things off the board risk the chance of me just breaking everything? I'm scared of that. Because it was I mean, I haven't when did my CPU go out? That was, like, 2 years ago, I think, right? It was a summer, I wanna say it was 2 years ago, the big, loud, audible crack from my PC happened, that was terrifying. That was my CPU, and that was the last time I got into it. But I mean, obviously, you don't have to take it you don't have to touch your board if you're just doing the CPU. But, you know, I mean, just coming from, like, the standpoint of plastic gets brittle, I'm scared getting into it, you know what I mean? Had Zydax build me a new one. By the time I priced it out to do it myself, it was only a $300 markup, and it saved a day of my time. 100%. My gaming PC is a pre-built, but, like, Zach, like, picked all the parts, and then they build what you want, and you get like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you get, like, a certain amount of warranty on the build itself. So if something goes wrong after you get it, and it's because it wasn't built correctly, you can send it in, and they have to fix it. Like, there's actually that warranty on the build, which is kinda nice. I recently had Zydax build me a new one. Yeah. White ravens are super rare. I saw one recently, like, a photo, someone found one or something. Super rare, mostly because 'cause they're apparently killed on sight by most other ravens. Ravens are kinda hardcore. Like, they're super intelligent, but they also do a lot of murders. Not a bad idea to replace your thermal paste every few years. Like, actually pull it off, and I've never. Oh god.
Shitter was full.
Zydex is a lifetime, dude. That's fucking sweet. I think I got this one from was it iBuyPower? Man, that hasn't been that long. It's only been like 2 years and my brain died. I think it's iBuyPower. It's been a while. It's got a 3090 in it, so it can't be more than 2 years ago. Ravens are metal as fuck. Yeah, they super like in ways that are just beyond me. They're on the duck level, you know what I'm saying? I know mine definitely had a warranty on the build, but it was fine. Thank you for that resub, by the way, Mr. Mist. I fucking appreciate you. Squirrels can suck my ass. Albino animals tend to not last long. They're easy for predators. I would assume that. I mean, they literally stick out like a sore thumb. I've seen I don't know if they're real, but I've seen photos, like nature photos of like an albino gorilla, albino like reindeer or something like that, or caribou or something. Like they're always strikingly albino. Like they super stick out from the herd. I imagine that's absolutely a target, which is sad because they are beautiful. My recommendation on maintenance is like every 6 months, open the tower, clean out all your fans. I definitely dust it regularly. I mean, never in my life have I had to dust. It's asinine. I won't even go there. I dust and vacuum overtly here. Living in the desert, it truly is. I feel like the chick from Beetlejuice. Like, is this heaven with all the dust? It's constant. Dust never ends when you live in the desert. It's constant. I dust my PC so often. So often that, like, no shit, before I moved to Colorado, I used to just invest in, like, canned air. I got myself one of those plug-in air blowers because I was doing it so fucking regularly. I was like, I'm going to go pour on canned air. I must stop. And the sheer amount of times I wanted to turn it upside down and burn someone with it was getting weird. So, don't do that. That's not real. The paste is supposed to stay pasty. Over time, it will dry out and lose efficiency. And so theoretically, if you were to replace it, you would like clean it, clean all the crusty shit off, and put new paste on like it's new, right? Like do a little alcohol swab or whatever. I'm assuming people would just leave the crust on, but I couldn't. I couldn't. Don't huff canned air either. Do people huff? Don't do that. Don't huff anything coming out of an aerosol can. The aerosol alone, my God. What? No, don't do that. Kun, that's fascinating. Ravens lead domesticated wolf packs. They hang around wolves, get the puppies used to them, and the ravens lead the wolves to food and then eat the leftovers. That's fascinating. That's amazing. At my last job, I would do this regularly. Schedule routine maintenance on laptops. Pop the chassis open. Check the fans. Update the BIOS. Clean everything inside and out. Sterilize the keyboard. I love doing that stuff, honestly. But taking things out of the motherboard, like out of their slot and shit, that makes me nervous. Because sometimes it takes some force, and if the plastic in there is getting brittle from the computer heating up, cooling down for 6 years, it's more likely to break. People are stupid. It's just fascinating. I wouldn't do that. Welcome home, Kel. Maybe. Some thermal paste can last basically forever. Definitely clean it off when you're replacing it, though. I mean, I would. I'm not cracking into that shit right now, but like, just theoretically, just smoke pot. What the fuck? Don't huff canned things. Stop it. Don't do that. Closer to sapient than sentient. What does that mean? What does that mean? What? She bragged about doing whippets when she was stressed? Methinks, though, that bragging might have been a cry for help. No? Like, one of those people who's like, I feel like killing. Sure feel like killing. What's his name from Office Space? I'm gonna burn the building down. He says it like 5 times. I just watched that movie again. Oh, humans are sapient. Okay, so sentient, sense of self. So elephants, octopus, cuttlefish. Interesting. I wonder. So I had to read a study when I was in school. I took some psychology. It was like fucking cognitive psychology or something like that. Some class on cognitive psychology. There was a really interesting article that was talking about the ability to be cognizant of time passing, but also like the ability to think about thinking. I don't know how else to say that. That's literally how the book worded it. I've never forgot about it. But at the time, the only other animals that we conceived that could do that were rats and cats, which I thought was fascinating. But I'm sure there's smart animals all over the place. Like, I don't even know. How do you test this? You can't talk to them. Sentience requires you to have feelings. Oh, so it's like when I talk about how, like, dogs and spiders can't have aggression because they don't have that brain ability. They have fear and a reaction, too. So it's the ability to aggression and, like, be shitty. I wouldn't pull out the cards and dims unless you're having problems with them. Most of the connectors are rated 10 or less insertions. Exactly. You usually get more, but sometimes you don't. And with the fucking heat and cold, right? Like, I don't want to. Milton! Literally who the fucking show is based on. Didn't. Was it the creator of Milton that went crazy about not wanting black people living in his neighborhood? Was that him? Holy shit. Was that him? Did you just puke? No. I heard a weird sound come out of my dog. This was super recently. Oh my god, it was what am I talking about? I don't know if it's actually it was some famous comic dude and I forgot. I want to say it was the guy who wrote Milton, but what the fuck was he talking about? Oh my god. I know this happened. I can see him in my head. I just can't fucking remember the context. Help. Dilbert, the guy. Okay, hold on. Thank you. He went off. I mean, I'm sure he's always been off his rocker, but like he decided to be vocal about it, I guess. But he went on like a racist rant, and I don't even know where to go to find it. But look up what was his name? Scott Adams. He goes on like a fucking like he posts or something a rant about, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think the topic was not wanting black people to live around him or something. I mean, it's fucking crazy. It I have no idea what instigated this. It was wild. Yeah, he's a fucking nut, right? Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Not that I was a fan or knew anything about him previously. Like, who the fuck? A time in mind for us to start pesting you about. Probably in like 2 hours. We can do 2 more hours, and then I have to do other shit. But yeah, we'll be fine because I walked them and stuff, so I'm not worried about sunlight. But thank you, I appreciate you. I appreciate you and love you. I used to accidentally stream for 19 hours at a time. In case anyone's wondering, it was terrible. It was terrible for me. Mike Judge was Office Space. Thank you. Yep, Mike Judge. Simpsons, right? Beavis and Butthead. No, that's not Simpsons. That's Beavis and Butthead Idiocracy. Did he do Simpsons? Was that Mike Judge too? I'm really bad with names. Like, really bad. I'm just clearing links. I got a lot. Or not a lot, but I'm being delicate. If anybody sees Glut and I don't see him, scream at me because I have a link from him and I just wanted to watch it with him if he comes back. Matt Groening with Simpsons. Thank you. Uh-huh. And then not sleeping and rinse repeat. It was, yeah. It was a bad time. I just have horrible time blindness. Yeah, he just went off. Elephants can tell the difference between human languages and even accents and have learned to tell by accent which groups are friendly and which tend to be poachers. I think elephants are aliens. The more I learn about aliens and their ridiculous amount of empathy and, like, intelligence, they blow me. I don't know. Elephants, though, they fucking are so interesting. Yeah, I'm just saying, if he comes back, like, we'll still watch it if he doesn't, because fuck Glut. But I'm just saying, Knives, none of us, I mean, it was just a racist rhetoric, and I don't know if anything instigated it. I don't think so. It was just like, I think his soul felt it was time to out himself as always being some racist piece of shit. I have no idea. It's so weird. I don't know. I watched it once and was like, you know what? Glad I didn't know that guy. Oh my god, did you hear about an elephant that went nuts at a woman's funeral because she was abusive and the elephant tore that shit up? No. I did hear about a herd of elephants that traveled like over 20 miles to attend a human's funeral whom they loved. But damn, humans never forget. Wait, he's. Stop it. I didn't get that much of the rant. He talks about identifying as black and then going back to white because identifying as black didn't help him. What do we do with that? What are we going to do with that? What do we, I don't, what? Is that like that chick who identifies as black or whatever? Do we yeet them to the bin? File them away as just the dumb? I mean, I wasn't going to say it nice, but like, who the fuck still reads Dilbert? Shit wasn't even, I don't think I've ever read or like, I liked Ziggy, but like, that's just me. Who the fuck reads Dilbert? I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's very mid-tier. I mean, it's old, therefore I think it's a recognizable name, but I couldn't tell you anything about it in any way, shape, or form at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we recognize elephants as sentient eventually. They seem super smart. I think they really are. I mean, the more we learn about them and they're like, elephants are, I mean, the animal kingdom's fascinating. I think this is just my opinion, just like in watching a shit ton of animal stuff and being really interested in this topic. I think our biggest problem is that we as humans can't stop projecting intelligence as human-like. Not projecting, what's the word? Correlating those two. So it's like if we see humanish traits in an animal, we assume intelligence when like I ain't gonna say it.
Shitter was full.
Anthropomorphizing, yeah. I think it's a dumb assumption to be like, they don't act like a human, they don't understand language, therefore they're unintelligent. It's very ignorant, and that's not very scientific, in my opinion. Dude, Mandrakan, thank you so much for gifting 2 subs in the chat. What the fuck? Man, you can't give it a sub to loot that booty and fucking loot that body.
I'm gonna loot that body. Fucking thank you. I appreciate you a lot. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. And hail the Satan. Did he? Aww, look at that guy. What are you doing?
Hello. I'm glad you guys see him. I hate nail. Like, he'll just hide behind me, and because I talk with my arms, I'll nail him in the face with my elbow, and I feel so bad. But he keeps coming back for more, so it can't hurt that bad, right? My sweet boy. He's such a good boy. What are you up to? How's your day been? Did you do some cool shit? Did you go outside? Did you run? Did you chase a squirrel? Did you get him? Did you kill that bitch? Loot that body? Oh, yeah, get those. Oh, test up. Sometimes if I get into the right spot, he like chatters his teeth like a Cenobite. And it's precious. You're so cute, Bubba. I agree. Doggos, seriously, they're like just the best. Like, I can't imagine my life without them, to be honest. Plants have memory as per experiment. They scream when cut. I think all life is far more sophisticated than we give credit for because we defy ourselves and belittle them. 100%. Yeah. We belittle when it's convenient, when we need to belittle, i.e., it's cheaper and more efficient to butcher an animal in a certain way, so let's lobby to make it not an animal anymore. Hi, Bill. How's my girl? Oh, yeah. Now that jealousy. I just put chapstick on every time. It's like you smell it, you motherfucker. We honestly don't give a shit about animal intelligence until they can use real tools and technology like cars or weapons before they're just cute copycats, right? It's like we're fascinated the moment we see them use tools. But, I mean, I don't know. I know I'm biased, but I get fascinated that my spiders make a house out of their butt. They got fingers along their anus and can make silk and can make a home out of anything. I can't make a hammock out of my body. I could make a hammock out of your body with some knives and work, but you know what I'm saying? Animals do so much more than us, but for some reason it's only intelligent if they're a human. One of my cats does the chatter when I scratch the sides of her jaw. It's the cutest shit. It's like, I call it their soul, because, it moves, but, like, sometimes it's his ears, sometimes it'll be, like, right on the top of his butt, sometimes it'll be his belly, but it's that spot that gets him kicking or something, and he'll do this chatter. And it's just, he's been doing it since he's a puppy, and it's just fucking cute. You're fucking cute, bud. I hope you've had a good day. I think you've just napped a lot, right? I haven't really heard you. Is this your first visit? How's it going? Why do I even put on chapstick? Is it so you can just fucking eat it? There's an old folk belief I forget where someone in Asia that orangutans can talk, but they stay quiet around people because they know if we found out, we'd put them to work. Man, orangutans are I love them so much. I don't get it. I love them. And every time I see them in some sad zoo with a fucking tarp on their head, I get so depressed. I love them so much. I know my boy came to say hi. She really, I mean, I hate to say it. Like, I love my girl, but she's one of those girls who she only wants attention because someone else is getting it. She doesn't ever come up independently. She only comes over because Trick is now here. And it's like, sometimes I have to, like, I'm gonna pet my boy. You can't just be a bitch. Because sometimes she's just a dumb bitch. I love my dogs. They both get cuddles all the time, but she is such a jealous hoe. She will literally like squeeze herself to be between us. She's a bitch. Please don't. Wait, what happened? I do not consent to my body being used as a hammock unless it have natural causes, in which case you do you, baby. You know how many times I've watched Doctor Who? You would be the most moisturized hammock in the world. By the way, it's exactly what you would look like, is moisturize me. Like a trampoline hammock. I just got back from walking my dog, making dinner, taking the Sicky. Ooh. Aw, how's Sicky doing? It's fucking exhausting. I know. You never realize how much it is. You know, sugar, dude, I contemplated it, but the one thing I really liked about getting to the two is they entertain each other. I'm not their sole entertainment, and that's really nice. I love playing with my dogs, but they want to play all the time. And so like half the time, like every other play session between the naps, it's me, and every other one, they just fuck with each other. And that's really nice cuz god damn it, I don't know how I would do literally physically anything if I had to cater to that level of energy constantly cuz I would. I can't not. I love them. I love my boy. She is an alpha bitch, absolutely. She's not a bitch. She's the sweetest girl. She's sweet as fuck. She's just conniving and jealous. I get it. She's alpha. I mean, we all know that that's not real anymore, but she truly is. She's the dominant dog. She thinks she owns me. She's laying under me right now. Ooh, get some good pizza, Donna. Have a beautiful day, honeybean. Are you stop? Why my armpit and my deodorant? Dogs. We love them. You're awful cute. You're lucky. I know. She does, but he'll do the same. I mean, they do it back and forth. If I give her attention, he does it too. They do. They're assholes. I mean, they're like siblings. You know what I'm saying? It's like you try to congratulate one sibling, and the other one, yeah, well, I did this. That's exactly how they act, but like dogs. All the time. Ooh, let me see if I can load that one, Vex. Ooh, I have the bad lip reading one too. It seriously reminds me of us as kids all the time. They want, I mean, I get it. Except dogs, you know. I love this music video. I've seen this. Jungle Casio. This is actually one of the songs I had to like roll out of my rotation years ago because it wouldn't stop playing, but I fucking love this song. There was another one. There was two dance videos I was gonna try to pull up once I cleared a few out. Just videos where the song, you know, really hit extra because the music, I mean, because the dancing was just like, I don't know, fun. I love a good fun. I love watching people just look like they're having fun. I love some of the bad lip readings are incredible. Some of them feel a little try hard, but the vast majority of them are fucking hilarious. This one, I'm not kidding you. The title of it is Medieval Land Fun Time World. So there's that. Oh my god, Viata, I do it all the time. I accidentally pin people's chats literally constantly. No, you just licked my armpit. Don't do that. That's so gross. Ew, bud. You lost face privileges. Hold on. It's Game of Thrones themed. I love when people make the fun of Game of Thrones. That last season really made me bitter. No, stop. Why? Why those? Why? Why? That's why? That's kind of gross. I don't know. It tastes like salt. Okay. Oh, come on. I is Zach doing an indie day today or like a demo day or something? Shit's I've just noticed it's been like half the time loading and half the time not, and I'm wondering if he's downloading games. I think it's back. Is it well, I can't remember if he does it on Saturdays. Is it Indie Saturday now? It's just they're just loading really slow. It doesn't break it, but he does dominate my internet on Saturdays, unfortunately. Okay, I've got 4 up and I'm just letting him buffer. We'll see. Sorry if this is the most boring thing we've all experienced, but you know, what do you do? We're surviving. Doing really well. He has just congestion now. This dude's like Superman, though. He started to get symptoms on Wednesday. Had fever, chills, body aches. Ugh, gross. Through Thursday. Yesterday was feeling a bit better. Just sore throat and congestion. Fuck yes. Dude. Lucky. Honestly, that was about when I had it. It was about a full 7 days of like noticeably significant symptoms. And then after that, it was like the sniffle and the smell not coming back and shit like that. And when my boy Neuro asked me, he said that's actually really significantly shorter than most people. So that's a good sign. Either means you got a mild strain or your shit's working, which is great. What up, Sleaze? How are you? Miss everything? I mean, we're moving at such a pace. Like, it's been 84 years. I didn't realize it was Indie Saturday across the house, so I'm kind of subject to that internet right now, but it's, we got Trick. Oh, my boy. What are you up to? You always hide behind my mic. I swear you know. You know where the mic is. Doesn't he just have the saddest eyes in the whole world? He always just looks heartbroken to me. Scott, did we watch this one? The Medieval Land? I don't remember watching this one. We watched a bad lip reading, but I think they have a few. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know. He just looks sad. And they're all the time. And he has these ridiculously long eyelashes that are perfect curls. I mean, they look like falsies. And when he gets, like, cute, he can do I swear to God, he can slow blink. He can, like, with these, it's, you can't be mad at that punum. I can't be mad at your punum. You're too fucking cute. You are. I know. I'm cursed with your cute. I mean, was it funny? I bet it was funny. I think the last one we watched was really funny, but I don't know. So have we, yeah. I don't know if it helped, but I think so. Honestly, that's what, I mean, I just go by Neuro because he literally works with the CDC on this research shit, but he told me that's exactly what it is. People that have all the boosters and shit tend to have really, really short illness times, for lack of a better term. Just because your body's already got a little practice in there on fighting that kind of shit. I set the Shining to the Dark mode to the Dark Side of the Moon album, and it fits way better than the Wizard of Oz. And oh my god, I believe it. You know, I went to that hotel last winter. It's not nearly as cool as you'd think. He is really pretty. He's seriously, I mean, I've only had black cats before. I've never had like a black dog, like a purely black dog. And all the black cats I've ever had, and they were beautiful, but they're like brown black. You know, like if the sun shines on their fur, you can see that chocolate color. He's like that blue black of like beautiful Asian hair or something. He really has he's like monochromatic. And it's just, he's so pretty. He's such a pretty boy. Do you need to go potty? I guess we could let these videos buffer extra. You guys seem intent on crawling. Here comes Bill. We're birthing. It's happening. Here she comes to ruin everybody's good time. 'Cause she's a worm weasel. Sup, Bill? What are you doing? Where'd you come from, you fucking ser- Now I'm just I'm just a high ground. I know. The worm up your lap. It's hilarious. I don't help them. I let them go. And it's like a weasel. They just kind of do that wedge. But it's just I'm just high ground now. Look at her. You watch her, she snarls. He never does it. She does like the shit. It's fucking hilarious. I love it so much. It's so weird. It's just, I don't know. King of the Katie. She does it everywhere. Yeah. If we're outside, she wants to be on the porch step, like on the stoop. She just has to have the up. Is Timmy in the well? I really want to see people fight like this. Just open mouth fighting. Just open mouth fighting. That's all I want. Yum. I haven't been to hibachi in 500 years. I know. She just looks fierce, but they never do anything. They've never hurt each other. They just do this like soft mouth open. Yeah, Glut, no shit. I saved your video so we can watch it together. I'm really hoping Ann Horse was the one from You Right, because I would feel really stupid if it wasn't. Challenge? What do you want from? I'm not participating in this. This isn't me. This doesn't involve me. This is all you. This is all you, bitch. Yes! Okay, we'll watch that. I was gonna take a break, but we'll watch that first, just in case the hibachi hits hard. She is, absolutely. And she sits, like, the way that our yard is from our back door, it's flat, and then it's, like, it goes down. It's like a hill. We're kind of on the top of a hill. And she, like, perches on the top of the hill, like Simba. I mean, the amount of times I've absolutely out loud said, one day, all that you can see will be... And she just sits and admires her world. You can almost see all of Denver. We're, like, at the top of the valley. What? She just likes to be held. The biggest difference I've noticed between these two is Trick is chill with just being on you. You don't need to interact with him. She needs to be, like, embraced. Otherwise, she will crawl up your face and put a hole in it. And that hurts. Like her doing which part? Playing on me? I don't let her do it all the time, but we definitely have our body language for get the fuck off when it's not time. But I mean, honestly, I kind of thought y'all would think it's as cute as I think it is. But I mean, if you don't like watching my dogs, I guess we can watch music instead. My mouse just did the load thing and nothing happened. All the time. All the time. She feels so chunky. She's melted. Hold up. Is the ratio gonna be... I'm saving this. I dig that a lot. Her hair was perfect. Both. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The difference was quite extreme. I wasn't quick enough with my barf emote for the floodwater feces, but no. No, it's there in my mind. Man, I mean, we definitely put on, like, our wellies and would go to hop in puddles. And, like, I would go into ditch water and look for frogs and stuff. But, swimming in it? Like, there's always that rainbow sheen on the top. And even as a child, that's not a good sign. Like, road runoff is... I was going to say they remind me of Silver Sun Pickups. Or there was another band, and I cannot think of the name. It was, like, one word, but... Oh my god, it's on the tip of my ass. It'll come to me sometime tonight when I'm, like, ready to go to sleep. But similar sound, similar look, and I really liked the band. But they were like a one-hit... I want to say they were basically a one-hit wonder back in that era. Fuck. Fuck stickball shit. Not Sloan. Oh, Fife? No. Fife? No. No. Maybe? Was that a thing? Not the yeah, yeah, yeahs. It was like a word, like Fife or I want to say an F. But the lead singer had that quintessential, like, dirty blonde, like... It'll happen. It'll come to me at some point when I don't want it to, and I'll probably in the middle of the night tweet like, remember that song we talked about obscurely today? It's this. Feist. Oh my god, was it Feist? Boon. Maybe? Was Feist led by, like, a dirty blonde male lead singer with emotional eyes? No, that's a bitch. And I mean that in a positive way. Fuck, this was like it was like your quintessential like Nickelback, Puddle of Mud, etc., etc. Like the guy who looked the same across the board. Creed, up. Like they all had the same like kind eyebrows that look pained, like all the time though. You know the ones. I literally can't do them. My eyebrows are stuck in mean mode. But you know the ones. Fuck. Enough. Franken fucker. I can see him. I wish I could hear the song. I'd sing it. I love music videos. That's how I found a lot of music back in the day. Fun shit. It'll come to me. I'm saying at one point when I really don't want it to, it fucking will. Fuck. They really are. Even when I don't draw them in, my eyebrows are like, they grew in like angry. Whereas, you know, the one where they like, you do this. Look how emotional I am and in touch with myself and self-reflective. Look at this photograph. It's a picture of Nana nude. She insisted we put it on the mantle in the last 10 years of her life. Those eyebrows. I don't have them. Incapable of them, but they exist and they make me very uncomfortable. But there was like a moment in time where everyone had like if you were a lead singer of a band, you had the pained kind eyebrows. Justin Timberlake still fucking has them. It's almost bafflement. That is the look. It's like this. I'm baffled at how tortured I am by our love. You know the ones. It's one of those things you'll be trying to get to sleep. It happens to me literally all the time. Something exactly like this, where it's something I was trying to remember on stream, and the moment I'm about to go to sleep, my brain will be like, "Fuck! I really thought I'd come up with the name that time. Damn it! I can see them. Farfignugan, phenomenal. Fucking fuck. There. With arms wide up. With arms wide open. Yeah. I actually loved Creed. I had that CD. Oh my god, that's gonna ruin me. I can't remember the name of the song. I think the problem is I think they were like they had one hit. It'll come. I can't. I don't know. I can see them, but I can't hear the song. Uh-huh. It's one of those something really stupid that has nothing to do with it will trigger the name in my head and I'll remember them. Fuck! Phenomena. It's probably not even an F. I gotta stop. You know what? To the foo. To the foo. Um to the foo. Wow. Oh my god, was it them? Holy crap. You guys want to hear some terrible bands from my youth? Seether, Crossfade, Stained, you want to know what I googled? You have to guess what I googled by these results. Crossfade, Stained, Trapped, Creed, Fuel, Nickelback, Puddle of Mud, Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle, Godsmack, Saliva, Tantric, 3 Days Grace, and 10 Years. What did I Google? Shut up, Knives. That's exactly what I Googled. Shitty bands from the early 2000s, from the 2000s. I'm not fucking, that's literally exactly what I Googled. Yeah, I was gonna Google bands like Puddle of Mud, but I didn't want current ones. Oh, what alternative bands were popular in the early 2000s? See, I liked a lot of bands from that time, honestly. I didn't hate half of those bands. I didn't listen to a lot of them, but I didn't hate half of them. Yeah, I didn't hate half of them at all. I loved Chevelle. Chevelle did The Red, right? They say freak when you're singled out. That one. I loved that song. Um, Breaking Benjamin, I think, still makes decent music, if I'm not wrong. I loved Stained at a certain time. Seether, I was iffy on him. Crossfade, I don't remember. Is that the band I'm thinking of? I don't think so. What did Crossfade do? 45, wasn't that, that was the I'm staring down the barrel of a 45. What was that band? Shine Down. Is that the one you're talking about? Or no? That is the one you're okay, I was gonna say, I like that one too. It got way overplayed on the radio, so I kinda got sick of it at a certain point. Tantric. Was that a band I knew? I never liked Godsmack, don't hate me. Not my favorite. None of these bands are hidden. I'm gonna find it 'cause it's gonna drive me crazy. White Stripes I dug. Arcade Fire I love. My Chemical Romance I loved. But they weren't, like, popular. What's another thing I could Google besides shitty bands? From a country song? Dude, that's a pretty decent fucking lineup. Xyz, Puddle of Mud, Papa Roach, Seether, and Nickel. That's a. How much did the tickets cost? Just out of curiosity. Because you got to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 headliners, and I bet it was like a fraction of the cost to see fucking Taylor Swift. Crazy. $75. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy what these people charge for tickets, in my opinion. Let me see. In Nashville, dude, I'd love to see anything in Nashville. That'd just be cool to see in general. Whoa. Oh, please. Let me see. Oh my god, Hinder? I remember Hinder. That's a flash. But Trapped. I think we said Trapped already. Stained, Submersed, Finger 11. I used to listen to Finger 11. Saving Abel? No idea. Creed, Sick Puppies, The Xyz, Saliva, Cold. Ooh, I liked Cold. Oh my god, what was their, like, hit song? They had the big ol' single. Oh my god. Oh, it'll come to me. Puddle of Mud, Chevelle, Breaking Benjamin, Three Doors Down, Alter Bridge, Smile Empty Soul, Trust Company. This is still just based on shitty bands from the early 2000s. I'm feeling a little judged right now. Earshot, Evans Blue, My Darkest Days, Adelitas Way, Tantric, Scott Stapp, Thornley, Rev Theory, Art of Dying. Okay, I gotta Google something else because none of these are it. Maybe like one hit wonders or something. Back in the day, I remember paying $17.50 for general admission, and the floor was just a giant open space full of shoulder to shoulder people. Honestly, you could still do that when I was in college down in Seattle. I think you still can, but Seattle's one of those cities where it's kind of unique. They kind of like, because of the whole Nirvana thing, they like cater to that still kind of grungy music scene, but it's legit. Like they still have a lot of like the Soto and it used to be El Corazon. I don't know if it's still called El Corazon, but it's another like general admission. And I saw a lot of big headliners there, like for me, I guess, huge bands that could fill auditoriums, but they would go there and do these general admission shows, and they were a fucking blast. Oh man, I loved Lit, but that's not the band I'm thinking of. It's gonna come. What do I Google? I love Audio Slave. Love. I haven't listened to them in a long time. Early 2000s one hit rock band? I looked up one-hit wonders, and they're saying Jimmy Eat World was a one-hit wonder. You are immediately knocked the fuck out. What? No. No. Get out. Get out. You don't count anymore. I can name 3 songs off the top of my head. They do not. What? We all know Jimmy Eat World, right? Yeah. Right. Thank you, Gloom. Like, Sweetness, Middle, America. Like, stop it. American. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, they've got a ton. Jimmy Eat World fucking still slaps. I still Bleed American. That's what I was saying. That's one of my favorite songs. The Middle, the Sweetness. And that was off the top of my head, and you guys know me. I'm terrible at remembering. I'm literally trying to remember a band right now. Fuck them. They don't know what one-hit wonder means. Oh my god, this actually it's popping up some interesting. Let us cheers. Interesting articles. I'm seriously, it's just gonna kill me. Oh my god, stop it. I got to see Foo Fighters, Green Day, Crystal Method, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Everclear, Soul Coughing, and a bunch of others. See, I feel I'm just the age group that missed out on all of that. Like all of those mildly psychotic music festivals of the 90s that were absolutely legendarily off the hook because no one was doing anything good, but they were fucking wildly good. My brothers all got to go to them, and I was just that too young, and I'm so jealous. So fucking jealous. This is interesting. The, I mean, one-hit wonder's gotta be a strange definition, right? It's gotta be. It's gotta be something that we're not defining the same way. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Verge, Semisonic, Phantom Planet, New Radicals, Fountains of Wayne, The Calling, 9 Days Crazy Town. Shut up. I think one of the best festivals I ever went to, aside from the South Park thing, because that was just wild, was when my sister and I went to see Pearl Jam. Not just for Pearl Jam, all the openers. It was just, I mean, Pixies, etc. It was wild. It was like walking through a time warp of good music, just on multiple stages going all day before Pearl Jam. It was fucking amazing. I mean, Sugar, my parents were absolutely that. Like, if I wanted to go to a concert, it was my mom interpreted that as, oh, she'd like to see Shania Twain with her father and I after the NASCAR race. Whereas, like, the whole question was, can I go see Slipknot, which is a music band and is a concert, but her brain did that, you know? Like, I went to a lot of concerts as a child, but the music was, I don't know how to put this. Not my choice. Not the worst, but not my choice. Casio loaded. Break real quick though. I think my dogs just need to piss, but then Casio is the first when we get back. Jungle Casio. I think we've seen this before. I mean, I've been listening to this song for ages. It's such a good song, but the dancing in it is the dancing and the style very similar to what we watched earlier today. Just like how would you say classy schnazzy? I wish I had this level of fashion sense. After NASCAR, I don't know, like I don't know if this is all over the place, but in Eastern Washington, where there's very little people, there's like racetracks everywhere. And every weekend, if you wanted to, you could go watch some sort of strange racing happening of some sort of vehicle. It's not NASCAR, but it's like racing of all sorts. I don't know. Weird shit. I couldn't even tell you. My dad, big grease monkey, loves cars. So we went to that shit a lot. But it would usually, I mean, be like at noon, dirt ovals everywhere. But it was actually fun. I loved it. The different types of cars were really interesting. Like you guys have told me what these cars were, but there was one where it was kind of very boxy and it looked like it was made of like flimsy plastic almost on a frame. Almost like a weirdly shaped square. I don't know. They were really cool though. The different types of cars were super interesting, and it was the only time I got to hang out with my dad, so I didn't hate it at all. And I don't think I'd like NASCAR too many people. I'd much rather like the 4 people on a set of high school bleachers watching people blow up cars around a track. That was fun. But it was all the time. You could go to it any time. It was literally happening all the time. With the wings on top, yeah. It had, like, wings. Do you know the ones I'm talking about? They were, like, a square where it was, like, more narrow at the top, though. I don't know what to call that shape. And they only had walls this way, and it looked like flimsy, like, plastic. Yeah, it was wild, but, like, it was if correct me if I'm wrong, but it's all about just making the car so light that they almost fly. It's crazy. The speed that these things pick up, it's wild. And out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, people can build all sorts of experimental weird cars and try to race them and stuff. So it was pretty fun. But there's usually nobody there. Yeah, I used to spend, like, every Friday or Saturday night at a racetrack. We did the same Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. You could go to one. It would you could go to, like, an animal show or a racetrack at any time, and they were fun. 'Cause I kinda took that forward in college, and now I go to, like, hockey games and shit that way, like, local small game hockey games where there's nobody there, and it's just, like, dudes in their 20s who play hockey. That shit's fun. That's the kinda stuff I'm into, but the big events, they get too big. I've watched some of those races. The commentators really like to use the term slide job. Okay, what's that? Okay, wait, what's that though? What's that though? See, Scott, that's exactly. I was scrolling the list. I didn't know half the songs. I don't know what it is. I've definitely grown up listening to the radio, but I don't know top 20 shit. I don't know what it is. It's a drifting overtake thing. I was gonna assume literally that exact thing, but like, should we tell them? I wonder if after they say slide job, they mute their mics and one of them goes, "Spin on it, Jim." Ha ha! I would lie about my age to go into the pit because my dad's friend drove a car. You couldn't. I wonder if my dad lied about us because we definitely went into the pit when we were really fucking young. I wonder, how old do you have to be to go down there? Because he had all sorts of friends that were like tire guys and shit. Pit people. I don't know. They all have different titles. Yeah, they know, right? Okay, they have to know, right? You have to be 13. I think my sister went in like when she was 4. No shit. I mean, my dad had friends down there, so we just followed him. My dad's like a 6'5", like mullet, hands in his pockets, just kind of does that walk down. We just waddled after him, and no one ever said anything. But like, I'm kind of wondering how dangerous it was now. All right, quick break. Get some water, load a bowl, and then we're gonna watch some music. I apologize if the days today, coming and past, have seemed boring. At least I'm just grateful to get to hang out. It's just the loading. I'll put on music. I paused it so shit would load. I swear to God, I love spring, but the squirrels come out, man. And my dogs lose their fucking shit. Love them. But man, I am the first person to stand up for nature, and I super want to kill squirrels a lot. My dogs, it's because it's a little bit warmer. Squirrels are coming out. No, give me the haka. Give me haka. Give me haka haka. Nope, that's one. Wait, how many links? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Gimme. I was making sure I didn't have too many tabs. Not that I know if that does anything. Did we be rated? Did we be rated? Did I just say that out loud? Welcome, Raiders. I apologize if I missed something. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, it's I can't get TikTok to work yet. It won't let me log in. And I can't watch it. It's TikTok. I can't. I know. That was the one earlier. It's just making me log in over and over and over again. It won't log me in. I don't know what's wrong with it. I fucking hate TikTok. I know. I love the content on it. Like, I want TikTok, the platform, to fail and be banned, and all the creators just go somewhere that works. All I want. Because they're great, but fuck, the platform is just fucked. I can't. It won't let me. There's no X. There's not even an X to close it. I know. I tried. Shut up. I don't even have the X to close it. Give me hold on. I'll show you. I'm not going to show you logging in because I don't want to give away my shit. But look, there's a annoying thing where I open Discord and it opens its window. You know, I have like the browser or the, you know, the pro, whatever, you know. It opens itself and it's fine. But if I minimize the window or close it, it breaks. It's just done. I can't reopen it. Like if I click it on the start menu bar or anything like that, it just does nothing. It doesn't respond. So I have to go into Task Manager, find it in Task Manager, end process, wait 30 seconds, and then try to open it again. And that's like 50% of the time it'll reopen. But it just becomes like the button to open it does nothing. And it's been doing this for ages, but I never remember having a problem with Canary. Washes. Bless you. It's the canary in the coal mine. I mean, seriously, I don't know. I think I was just hoping regular Discord would work. I don't fucking know, but Canary didn't fail me. Cheers. I had Canary way back in the day when we were watching Nocturne in Discord. And we would have a shit ton of people in audio and stuff like that, and it was failing on us hard. Like, people would glitch out, be dropped from the call constantly. And it was ridiculous. And I went to Canary and suddenly it was fixed. Hold on. That was a hot one. I'm clearing shit we watched. We watched that one. Oh, she's burning. I'm burning now. Okay, I think this is the one Glut said reminds him of me. Hold on. No! You're a bastard! Not you, you're fine. Jedediah, thank you for the raid, lover. Canary is how do you say it? I want to say an experimental version. It's the beta version of Discord. So everything that they're thinking of implementing into Discord, they implemented into Canary first. But for some reason, it just runs well. I don't know, it's crazy. Welcome, readers. Thank you for hanging out today. There's a fuzz on my face. It's the Discord beta branch, yeah, but it runs better. I don't know why. Jedediah, thank you for those fucking biddies.
Hail Satan, motherfucker.
McTaggart, happy getting home. Don't forget to wash your hands. Honeybean, my heart for you. I'm just glad you're feeling okay and you're gonna you feel okay about getting new employment and stuff like that and you're good. Like, fuck that shit. That is insane. 12-hour days and weekends with salary? No, that's like crime. Crime. That's crime, right? My mouth failed. That's crime. Yeah, it feels really unsustainable. Like, I know we all run off of caffeine in the blood of our enemies, and we joke about it, but no shit, man. Everyone, even us caffeine fiends will burn out. Like, that's crazy. I'm glad I hope you're in a better place mentally, physically, and otherwise. They don't deserve you, and you deserve, the basics, let alone better. Big wow. Big wow. I love you, boo. I hope you're feeling good. Like, seriously, that hits my heart hard. That is insane. That's abuse. Like, that is just, that's a case of them sensing your kindness and your willingness to help and them abusing the fuck out of you, man. Like, I'm glad you're getting away from it as long as it's okay. Shit, dude. That's a lot. It was I'm not surprised when it happened. The roommate got me a job and it started yesterday. Whoa, I was unemployed for an hour? Fuck yes. Do you have sights on, like, is this something you're interested in keeping and working here forever, or like, are you going to move on to something else? Yeah, it's weird to say glad you're going to find a better place to work because, like, working in a McDonald's drive-thru might be a better place at this point. That's crazy. Those kind of hours, I didn't even work that at the hospital. That's insane. Yeah, Bolt, right? Like, whoa. Viana, I wasn't going to say it, but, like, imagine, Genova, when you actually sleep, maybe be aware of the caffeine consumption, because you might literally take off like a spacecraft. Like, not in the weed way. Like, in the way. Because, like, when people sleep, they don't just drink Monster and coffee. I've seen it happen. It's crazy. It's wild. These people exist. They're out there. I've seen them. They're real. They're real. They're real. Just be careful. I'm very happy for you, but damn, that's fucked. That is crazy. It will be wait. The temp job pays about 85% of what I was making, and I have some money saved up. Good. The new job knows it's temp, and it's good with it. Dude, great situation. I'll be good for a few months until I find something. Honestly, best case scenario is when you can take your time, right? You know this, I know this. I mean, anybody that's had a job search, like, you're never going to make your best decision or have the best options when you're in a rush. Like, if you have no income, no savings, and you need to pay rent, like the rest of us, obviously. But I mean, damn, having that a little bit of cushion to be able to actually go where you want to go, like, I probably don't need to say this. It sounds like a great like employee quality to have to be like, yeah, I'm willing to stay for overtime and weekends on salary. Don't tell them that. Be like, nah, man, I got a bum elbow. I work 3 days a week. And then stay for Thursday and Friday, and they'll just be overtly happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, damn, that is crazy. You were, like, living there. I mean, that's like a Google job. I've had friends that worked for Google, and that's basically, they kind of expect you to work those kind of hours, and that's why their offices look the way they do. Like, they look like habitable buildings because they want you to feel like you can inhabit them. It's pretty crazy. None of my friends work there anymore. They all quit after a few years. Like, they made their bill and then got out. Because it's just like, I mean, once you want to settle down and have a life outside of work, it was almost bar impossible because once they know you'll sleep there and work on weekends, they never let you stop. It was so, I mean, crazy. I know Glut's brain has been crazy lately. Honestly, Glut's cleverness is off the charts since breathing. Breathing, sleeping through the night, super underrated. Super underrated. And I know a lot of you are like me in that like insomnia is just a lifetime curse. I mean, it's easier to count the full night's sleeps on one hand than it is the other way around. And man, when you get one, you're like, am I on crack or I'm not going to say crack. I don't know what that feels like. What feels good? Is this coming? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you almost feel like a superhero for a day. It's crazy. It was a job with high expectations and poor training. Oh God. I was grinding, trying to make their production. That's why I was always here because I was at my computer working, dude. I mean, as much as I love you around all the time, like if quality of life gets better, like please drop by when you can, but improve quality of life. Sitting at your computer 8 days, like even I can't do it. That's why I take breaks and stand up and go outside with the dogs, walk around the yard and shit. Like it'll make any of us go crazy, man. That's wild. That is so much. That's so much. I'm happy for you. I mean, it sucks. All of it sucks, but also like blessings in disguise. Cliche. Super cliche, stupid saying, but you know what I mean. I really hope it leads to good things. It sounds like it's going to lead to just better overall quality of life, which is the best outcome, honestly. A C4 energy drink is the closest we've been to crack. Same, yeah. Like that's the closest I've ever come. I don't fuck around with dangerous drugs. I'm not here for that. Not my jam. What are the top 3 priorities of your management group? Oh God. What kind of accommodations do you provide? What's your policy on mental health support? Ooh, that's a really good question. I've never asked that, but it's never been offered. I was told a really good question to ask. Well, because inevitably when you go to an interview, they always ask, do you have any questions for us? And I'm trying to think of how they worded it, but it was something about oh fuck, how did they word it? The employee culture? Like, how would you describe the culture of employees here? Something like that. Like asking the interviewer there. It stumps them every time. And the way that they stumble around the question can give you a really good idea of like what the atmosphere has been harbored in that office or whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? It's confusing. You know what I mean? Dude. Dude. I fucking love you, man. I mean, honestly, the fact that you let me know, you probably know this because I say it all the time. But I notice when regulars in chat aren't around as often, I notice. How can you not notice? Like, it's impossible. We hang out literally almost every fucking day when my computer's not on fire. It's impossible not to notice. And no shit, this was many, many years ago, but like at the beginning of my streaming career, there was someone in my stream regularly. They were awesome and they disappeared. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. They probably just got sick of me. No, they got in a drunk driving accident, i.e., a drunk driver hit them in the middle of the night on a freeway and they were in a hospital for 9 months. And now every time someone disappears, that's what I think happened. So, like, I'm just glad you're doing good. Like, honestly, that's more important to me. Quality of life is always more important. As long as I know you're not in a hospital for something horrible, I feel good. I'm good, man. I'm just happy life got good. Hold on, let me grab that Scott. I almost missed it. Oh, I love this. Wait, is this? Shut up, Scott. This is one of my favorite. No shit. I I wasn't gonna bring it up, but every time we talk about dope dancing videos, this is the number one I always bring up. This dude dancing just makes my soul feel good. What is it? I'm so happy I'm not the only one. That's Lilith. Did you hear her? I thought that picked up on the mic. I don't know if it's so rare that you guys get to hear it, but poodles talk. And it sounds to me like she's chewing on words. I have no idea, but I can hear there's dogs outside barking. And the way she responds, because she knows barking in the house isn't appropriate, is she. And she did it so fucking loud. I thought I picked up on the mic. Sorry. I'm going to be in a hospital in Baltimore for work. I mean, it's for work, but you're okay. We got that. I'm going to move over to these other songs too. No, honestly, you're more important. I don't, I mean, I don't say that facetiously. Like, big life shit like that, if you can't vent to your friends, what the fuck good are they? We're here to laugh and bitch. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Working at midnight. Oh my god, your shift starts at midnight? Oof. Big oof. They scrapped the entire video, no shit, just for a random set worker dancing because they liked his energy. Okay. I think many people agree with me on this, but the energy. God, this game just came out 5 years ago. This song, it just came out 2 years ago. What happened? Oh no, Seven Nation Army. That's even worse. No, this is worse now. No, that's worse. Well, I mean, I think about that. Like I've told you guys that Sarah, it was her birthday yesterday. She actually came in this morning, and I got to sing to her terribly because my voice is wrecked. But she was here. She is one of my oldest, dearest friends whom I met. She was one of my first viewers ever, and she had both of her kids like in the dead of the early morning, like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. time, and that's when I used to stream. And she was bored after her epidural and decided to hang out on her phone in chat and had both of her kids like in my stream kind of, which is crazy. And both of them are like functioning children in school, learning things and developing personalities and having glasses and and it's just I'm like, okay, I streamed and this little cum packet became a full-on fledged person. What am I doing? Like, it's wild. Seriously wild. It hurts me. In 3 weeks, I'll have been not 18 for more rough. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, man. It fucks with me. It's just I think it's a lot it's like I don't have kids, so I think kids are a huge marker of time because them growing and shit, you really have those milestones. But once you hit your like mid-20s until you're dead? Do you really even I mean, what are your milestones really? I don't know. Just like time goes. No shit. Wait, were you born on a leap year? Does that make you born on a leap year? I don't know if it does. I don't want to do the mental math, but like I was born on a leap year. I always wonder if the math works out that way. If you were also one of them babies of the leaps. I was due on the leap day, but my mom got stuck in labor with me for a lot. In 12 days to start my final approach. Oh, are you nervous? The number never makes me nervous. My muscles hurting after sleeping make me nervous, but I've never been age nervous at all. I've never, like, felt the need to hide it or be ashamed of my age or anything like that. It's mostly the time, how time passes so fucking swiftly. That freaks me out more than anything. I thought last year was fucky. I turned 40 this year. I think life is gunning for me. Same. I stopped saying, like, it couldn't get worse, right? Let's burn last year because, I mean, there's been a good 5 years where we just not even 5. I don't wanna not 5 years. It's probably been more. I guess too low. 10? Let's say 10. Because every time I do this, like, it's just in the last 2 weeks, it's 10 years. I don't know. It's just been this, like, oh my god, can it get worse? Like, we have to stop asking that question because the universe is like, "Bitch, hold my beer. Let's go." And it just I don't wanna say that anymore. There's so many amazing dancers out there in the world with just incredible moves and beat, and I don't know. I'm not them. I ain't one of those. Did I miss? Hold on, I got one. This was the alien weaponry. What is this one? Did we watch this one? I don't think so. Yeah, those are the medieval one is the longest one. Or not the longest, but that was the last one I was waiting to buffer. I have that one. Alien weaponry, I think, is the other one. I think that's the dance, right? The In 1855, excuse me, freed slave and statesman Frederick Douglass said, quote, "It is easier to build strong children than fix broken men." Oh, shit.
Whoa. That's a strong. That should be on a billboard. That's beautiful. Damn. That's gorgeous. Fuck. That's deep. I like that.
When I quit drinking, I retired as a heavyweight drinking dance champion. I wouldn't remember, but everyone would let me know. Dude, I never did it. I'm glad I never liked the bar scene. Like, I was more of a house party. So it was like the drunk version of whatever that is. Like, house parties, there's at least in my age, it wasn't really dancing. It was more like sitting around smoking pot and playing a video game, like Super Mario or something. But I never liked clubs and bars. They just weren't my jam. These are the last two, and these will be my cutoff today because I mean, it's late and I gotta take my dogs and do shit with them. Yeah, they're great. Oh, Alice Cooper had all the rumors. Fuck. I think one of the what was it? I can't remember. There was some obscure rumor about someone back in the day, like the rib removal shit and whatever, and it was. I mean, whenever someone would say it out loud, it was like, "What in the?" I mean, there is some questionable content here, and you are not anywhere near it. What is going on here with your brain? What of all the things, that's what you thought of, right there? Fuck. It was. I'll come up with it. I think my brain's just tired. I'm gonna find someone cool to raid. Today was fun. I'm glad music's working. I had like 7 tabs open at once, and the only ones being absolute fuckery was TikTok. But I think I just need to restart my browser and clear my cookies and shit like that because I have been downloading and re-downloading and deleting and re-downloading a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, it was all untrue. Oh, Rod Stewart, that was the one I was thinking of. The cum. Thank you. That was the exact one I was thinking about. The Rod Stewart getting a gallon of semen pumped from his stomach thing. Yeah. That was the one I was trying to come up with. And my brain was mixing it up with Mr. Hands, and I was like, it didn't have to do with a horse, Katie. Why are you like this? That one. All of them, 100%. I mean, like, I didn't even think about this when I was younger, but now, like, who thought of that? Like, that's fucking weird. You gotta question your shit, man. That's some fucking weird. Which actor? Oh, yeah, no, you're right. There was a rumor about some actor that would allegedly put live hamsters in their ass hole. And was it Richard Gere? I think South Park made a joke of it with Lemmy Winks or something. Yeah, they were unbelievable. And I mean, adults, straight up parents, I remember would be like, "You can't listen to that music. He removed ribs to suck his penis." What? What? And this was like before Facebook. Where did you hear this, Mom? Shit was fucking weird, man. I don't know. The physics of it seemed odd. They just do it faster online. I mean, you're not. That's what I mean. Vex, get out of my head. Literally, why I said Facebook didn't exist yet. My first thought was like, nowadays, we default to, oh man, it's probably social media or something, right? But back then, it had to have been word of mouth, which means someone out loud, most likely at my mom's job, which was a hospital, the topic of removing ribs to suck one's own dick and Marilyn Manson came up in conversation to the point where my mom believed it so much she had to come home and tell me because she knew I listened to that music. Whoa. I don't have a lot of... Lizzie, I love you so much. I don't have a lot of answers. There. I mean, like, honestly, I hope I'm so successful one day that some fucked up rumor about me, like, cutting my titty off to play games better. No shit. If I become rich and famous, will one of you start a rumor about how I cut a titty off for my golf game? Because, like, if I had to cut anything off, it'd be cut a titty off for my golf game. Because I have tiny titties and they still get in the way. Shit's ridiculous. I want this rumor. I need one. But it doesn't work unless you're big enough for people to care. So, like, I'm just saying, if something happens, I need a cool thing. Something that we can look back on. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me like that. It could end up a really boring rumor if we don't control the mill. Like, I can't even... she got a nose job. I don't know. It could end up really stupid. I'm asking for, just something that, people would go, what? That doesn't, what? Like the Amazons. Thank you very much. That's what my sister did her thesis on. This is the only reason I know a lot about that. Yeah. Literally. Height surgery. Oh my God. She has bars in her legs. I mean, people hate me, but not for anything cool. Like, not enough to, like, spread a cool rumor. And I think they're children. I think they're, like, fetuses. I do. Elbel's literally streaming right now, and I haven't got to rate her in so fucking long. And I need to give my hootens some attention, but I would love to cheers with you before I go. Because I'm fucking... Well, wait. Nope. I'm going to keep it first. Because I promised. I've done it twice today, actually. I've been really good about it, and I'm not uncontrollably stoned. This is great. I've done well. I'm fine. I know. My poor dogs. They're like laying around me and bored out of their minds. I took them out this morning, though, honestly. When I slept in, I was like, you know what? I can't make them sit around all day. They've got way too much energy, but they definitely... I mean, they're like children, I assume. They get antsy. I get antsy. I get it. I can feel them start to stare at me, and they start to, like, yawn a lot, and they shake their collar at me an extra bit. And I'm like, you need to do something, or you're going to destroy something, right? I'm not going to say that I found Lilith with my hand-sewn Mothman in her mouth, but one must entertain the children. It's fine. She didn't ruin it, but, like... Must entertain the children. Katie had her eyes injected so she wouldn't have to blink so much during gaming. Oh, incredible. Oh my God. It's genius. I mean, we could start a skin line with it, maybe. I don't... Maybe? Wait. But you kids use either hand, right? Right? Wait, for what part, though? Wait, what are we... Stop it. Hand check. Honestly, every time I have to go out in public, I think to myself, humans were a mistake, and do my best not to stab people. It happens every time. I mean, just driving somewhere, I'm like, fuck people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why does anyone go out? It's just the public, though, because there are persons whom I very much enjoy, obviously. But like something happens when we become the public. that we break inside. It sounds like someone's murdering a pig in the other room. Oh my god, Viata, so hard, same. I don't even cuss anymore. It's just me going, why? I just scream, why? So loud. And if someone looks at me, I give them a very enthusiastic thumbs up and a smile because I feel like this hits harder than this anymore. You know? Just like, and they get really, they're like, oh God, what if I, and you're like, yeah, you did! You fuck! Oh my God, people. I mean, Donna, honestly, I probably could register as a religion at this point. Thank God I'm not into that, so no thanks, but maybe if taxes get bad, we'll see. Cheers. We do. We worship spoods, dogs, video games, and meds.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I have that face on accident. I think it's a lifetime of just being confused and confounded by every situation I've ever been in, so now my eyebrows are permanently stuck like this. Like, these will be where my wrinkles are. You can tell the facial expressions people held the most of their life by the wrinkles that form, I feel. So if people smile a lot, they get these ones. And if they're oftentimes just befuddled by the fuck, it's going to be these ones. And I'm getting those hard. I can feel them. It's resting, oh, what the fuck face. I think a lot of people around my age might have that face at this point, to be honest. But it's not on purpose. Like, it's so hard to relax as a human being when everyone around you thinks that your relaxed face is you angry or sick or something. Because, like, you're finally reading a book in silence on the couch and everyone's like, you're so quiet. What's wrong? Something must be wrong. Are you okay? Do you want to do something? And you're like, I'm reading a fucking book. Now I'm mad. Leave us alone. Why? Like, this is at rest. Even with my eyebrows not, like, filled in, they're definitely filled in. This ain't real. They look kind of angry. It's just natural. Pink on Wednesdays is the only rule I follow because it's fun. I do too. So does my sister. I don't get what it is because I'm not angry. And it's weird that people interpret it as angry. Because, like, in all actuality, it's just a neutral face. But for some reason, and this is just a personal opinion, we girls, we present as female on the outside. And if we're not smiling, something must be wrong. Bitch, what? Out of my bubble. I don't know, personal opinion, but who knows. Speaking of amazing, strong, awesome females, though, the person I'm about to rate is honestly one of my favorite people I've ever met in my life, and I actually got to meet them IRL at TwitchCon. And I say this every time, and I don't mean to be creepy about it, but Elle Bell seriously has some of the most beautiful eyes, if not the most gorgeous, actual opalescent, color-changing, like, mood ring eyeballs I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was so hard not to just hard stare and be the creepiest person in the room when we were IRL. On top of just having an awesome personality. Like, it's unfair. No, I get it. I totally get it. It's just like, why comment on my face? Why comment on my face? Why are we commenting on my face? Were we in a conversation? Obviously not. I love her voice. I know. I think I don't. I think it's a personal bias. Because I too have a fucked up the gravel. I love me a nice gravelly bitch. It makes me feel like, you know. We don't all have to be up here all the time. What can I get you? Some fucks to give. Gives me comfort in my soul. I love my gravel bitches. On that note, I'm gonna go gravel with my dogs. Yeah, Elle Bell, seriously, like one of my most dear humans, and I don't raid people whom I don't truly believe that about, and I know you guys know that. Tomorrow we can test it further if you guys want, push some more links and stuff like that. I definitely have more, like, literally thousands of those ancient pictures, clips, memes made by you guys, like the meat and the yogurt and etc. So many. There's so many. I physically have not been able to, I can't even get through them. Like, I can't get through them in hours by myself. So we can mix it up. I don't know. We'll hang out. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Broken. But I mean, the links didn't fail today. Except I'm gonna try to do something. Maybe I'll reinstall. Why would TikTok do that? Could that be a cookies thing? I don't know. I'll clear my cookies and shit and see if I can log into TikTok just to get it to run smoother. But if not, I'll reinstall my browser. I don't know. It's just being a real super piece of shit lately, and it bothers me. Because, like, the reason I don't really go on it is because you guys give me the only shit worth looking at, so I don't have to go surf it. I just wait for you guys to give me the links, and then I can watch them. And, like, now I'm just hard cock blocked, and I'm pissed about it. It's 420. Happy 420. Cheers. It's all just bot shit, Donna. So many people have told me the exact same story. They get banned so fast. The moment I joined TikTok, my entire homepage was like 13-year-olds on stripper poles. Nobody knows why. It's a fucked platform. I just want the content to go somewhere else that works. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Drink water, load a bowl, and wash your hands. See you tomorrow. Bring me some cool shit.